Not at all. Nope. Good try though. That was a really valiant effort.
I'm gonna start that again because I had no audio. I think I'm gonna left,
Wait.
right, double.
Wait. Okay.
So we're gonna go left, and then I'm gonna go right, and then I'm gonna go double, and then left, and then right, and then triple.
Nope.
No.
Good
Still
try. No.
Okay, I'll keep practicing.
Yeah, Yeah, it was a really valiant effort. You're not supposed to move your whole body though.
Peanut is so quiet. I'm always quiet
Yeah.
because I'm a very quiet individual.
And for some reason, I had you doubled for like a hot second, but now you're not.
Yeah, it was like reverbing.
It was reverbing.
Weird.
Maybe it's where the mic was.
Are we good? Did I just?
Yeah.
Yeah, tested. Absolutely. You just caught a left, right, double. You 100% did. 7 years in the making. 7 years in the making. Hello, everybody. Welcome. As you can see, we have added an additional face floating in the sky over there. Welcome, Minwi Pro, to the show. How is everyone doing today? I see a wiggle run in chat, and I love it. Hope everyone is doing absolutely fantastic. Super excited to see you all. Welcome. It's been a little bit since we had our last show. Let's start by introducing ourselves because you know what? We typically forget to do that, and we want to make sure that people do not forget who we are. So let's start with the lovely lady to my right.
It's me, Gone Crazy Back Soon. Hi, AKA Bacon.
There's a bacon. Sorry, I'm just catching up because this is a new setup, so figure this out.
Background tavern sounds a little overly echoey. Sorry, we must have left the windows closed instead of open. Sounds a little tinny on the other side, huh?
Sounds like Shio Gorath is laughing.
Yeah. I'm not hearing
Shayo's
the tavern
laughing.
audio, but every once in a while I get like a double of you, Mr. Peanut, for some reason.
You get a double of me? Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's like I've got a little bit of reverb on the back of your talking, but I didn't hear it when it was just us. Only when we started the recording and started the show live.
I wouldn't even know what to tell you about why that is doing what it's doing. Hopefully, it's not a nuisance.
It's
Doesn't bug me.
pretty bad. You might want to just can the tavern noise.
Okay, let's
Wait.
I'm gonna do tavern noise a different way.
Great. Sorry, everybody. Thanks for bearing with us. We're trying new setups, and this is what happens. You get to see. This is the live stuff you see live.
This is the stuff that Peanut edits out for the actual.
This is the stuff that we cut out. This is the. We've already done intros twice, but guess what? We're gonna do it 3 times because we still haven't introduced Matt in a minute.
This is true.
Eternal says worth it. Maybe it's your mic too. Like maybe pull your mic a tad closer to you if you can stand it, Toasty. Because I'm wondering if some of it is that it's getting a little.
I'm not too sure, but that should fix this.
Yep, it did. You sound crystal.
Do I sound crystal clear? So much better.
Waygor says better.
Fuffataff. Let's do this and then do this. Shoot.
We're not going to make you left, right, double for a 3rd time unless you just want to.
That's a lot of doubles.
Me. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me with a good time. That's all I can say. Chrome.
He found his thum. Someone said.
Is B.
Oh, that's great.
He is a Nord at heart.
I really am.
That is for sure.
So sorry, this is all on the fly, and I love it. Did I say B? I said B.
You know what gets me is no matter how much we prep,
I know.
This still happens.
Every time.
We literally just got done prepping. We were like, okay,
all right, how's that tavern sounding, everybody in chat? How are we doing? We're going to call it good. Yes, welcome, everybody. It has been probably a good minute or two since we have been live on the show. I am joined by 3 wonderful friends. Over to the right here, I'm my own friend.
Oh,
I'm my own
I
friend.
guess the prop hand is going to count.
Lady in the middle of the screen, what's your name and who are you?
hey, it's me. Gone crazy back soon, and I've brought our friend Hermaeus Mora. That's the third.
That's a good remember.
I have Hermaeus Mora with me. Yes, it's me, Gone Crazy Back Soon, aka Bacon, aka Lady in the Middle or into a right of the chat. I don't know.
Right.
Bosmer, whatever I am. Hey,
The
everybody. Third time's
Hey,
the charm, right?
this is
A
true. Third
resident
time's the
green
charm.
pack
You finally
violation.
got it. Right? And all the way on the very far side of the screen, who do we have joining us today with a subtle wave?
I am Minwee Pro. You will only know me as Minwee Pro everywhere. But for our lore seekers, you may also know me as Matt, one of our community managers.
Glad to have you along for this train wreck of a ride that is our live episodes. And if you haven't already figured it out, my name is Toasted Peanut, and we are here. We are Lore Seekers. We have Gone Crazy Back Soon and myself are the GMs of Lore Seekers on multiple different platforms. And as Minwee Pro had mentioned, he is our community manager. And we just figured we wanted to have a new face, someone else who's always just ever present in our community, always there lurking in the background, and somehow things just work when he's around. You guys ever wonder how stuff works? It's that guy over there. I gotta figure out this pointing thing. I really do. It's that guy way over there. So thank you for all you do, and welcome to the show. We're glad that you're here joining us today. So what has everyone been up to? Let's start with the gentleman all the way on the far side. What have you been up to?
Oh, goodness. Well, I just got back from glamping and gluttony, actually. I just went on vacation for a while in the Northwoods, or
So sanguine?
as we ended up with, the swamp, because it just rained. I think there was probably about 5 hours from Monday through Saturday that it did not rain.
Wow.
It was interesting. But I came away with 2 new nicknames because I hosted a bunch of like the teen boys all got together and parked themselves in my camper because it's a nice way to get away from everybody else. One of them's in chat right now. Hi, Trixie. And it has been nicknamed the Wolf Den, and I have been nicknamed Ace and Alpha Wolf because of me hosting the Texas Hold'em. So that part was fun. It got our spirits out of the wet mood because you look outside and it was just puddles and rain nonstop. But prior to that,
rain
in ESO, had a lot of fun before I took off on vacation though. So I got some personal checklist items done. Hammered through the golden pursuits to get my little guar, a little honor. Been doing the endeavors other than of course the week that I was gone, and then I visited the western side of the Writhing Wall over in Solstice and went everywhere and started doing some things. Took in all the sites, made some coin. Discovered what new tricks the world bosses are up to. Kind of oohed and awed over some of the delves.
Wow.
With a certain Gone Crazy. Yeah, it's a lot of fun stuff. I really enjoyed the island. It was a fun respite before vacation. So,
no, that's perfect.
Oh, and there's a little bit of Oblivion too, but I think we'll get to that in a little while.
I feel like a lot of people forgot that Oblivion launched, unless you're one of the people that is currently playing Oblivion right now, in which case you didn't forget that it launched. So that absolutely is a thing.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Starfield, yeah. Oh yeah, it was like a blink. You snap and you missed it. You're like, oh, okay, there's a ship going off in that direction over there. So
one day I will get back to it. I promise.
One day, I'm gonna hold you to that. So that's awesome, fantastic. Sounds like you had a very adventure-filled week and a bit, both in and out of ESO and Tamriel. Because I'm
so much smoked meat. I just spoiled myself rotten.
All the smoked meat.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful. Bacon, tell us a little bit about your adventures and shenanigans.
Toasty.
Hi.
Oh gosh. Well, it's been a while since we've been like live. First of all, apologies. Thank you for everybody for your patience. Our lives have been lifing. It's the best way to put it. We have been lifing a lot. There's been a lot of
I
real
don't have
life
an
stuff
empty
going on
bottle to
with
flip
work,
upside down.
and yeah, literally, work and more work and more work, and then Toasty and I trying to catch up with each other every once in a while and trying to get our audio connected up and all of that stuff. So it's just been a lot. So thank you for everybody. We know that the last episode actually just published a few days ago.
Yeah, it did.
So thankfully we had our lore
This guy.
compilation before that. Yeah. Because of that
Right on time.
guy.
Because of this guy.
This guy. Did I do it right? Wait a minute. Yeah,
Yep.
I did it right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
Yeah. Yeah, our lore compilation, thankfully we had before that. So there's been like a good amount of content to listen to, but I still feel, like, oh my gosh, sorry everybody. But anyway, thank you for that, for your patience, because life be lifing. Other than that, I too have acquired the Golden Chicken Guar, as it's lovingly called by some people, on PC. I am very close to 2 pursuits away on PlayStation. I just have to finish those up. But like I said, life's been lifing, and it was Father's Day and all sorts of stuff, so it's been kind of crazy. I did run around Solstice with Mr. Minwee. We went and did some of the world bosses. We've done a few of the dailies. We've done all of that stuff, but I have yet to quest. So no quest spoilers. I am trying to decide currently if I want to pick up quests as I go, or if I want to like do all of the side quests first and then quest. I see you over there, Eternal. So yeah, I am kind of like back and forth on like how do I want to exactly do the zone. I'm not too sure. Other than that, I am very, very intrigued. I've been taking in the sights, if you will, the inner archaeologist and anthropologist in me has been analyzing everywhere that we have been going, because there is so much when it comes to like layers in Solstice. And what I mean by that is there's a lot to the lore and the layers, as well as the Argonians and the High Elves. They literally have built stuff on top of each other. So when you're running through like Sunport, you can see a lot of these like base layers of Argonian architecture, and then there's a lot of High Elf architecture on top of it, which is also very reminiscent of other past world cultures. So like to me, every time I run into town, my brain is like tick, 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 tick. It's like going wild, because I'm like, oh look, it's like Rome, and then I was like, oh, it's so cool. Anyway, sorry, anthropology nerding for a second.
Yep.
But yes, so I have yet to actually quest, but I've just been sort of taking in, all of the sights and sounds. And by sounds, I mean the amazing soundtrack that was also released with the update. Well, it's not out, but I mean like when you're in game, you get to hear the amazing soundtrack. So yeah. Besides that, I have been working on some stuff that we'll talk about in just a little bit for GCX and an unofficial Elder Scrolls community meetup that we're going to talk about a little bit later. I see Mrs. Ninetail is in the chat, so I'm sure if she's still around later, she'll also chime in on some stuff, and maybe Nine's here too, I'm not sure. But yeah, more on that later in the episode, if you will. What about you, Mr. Toasted Peanut? I know your life has been incredibly busy. Probably lots of Tales of Tribute and life be lifing, right?
So before I talk a little bit about what I've been doing, you asked how should you proceed with doing the quests? Well, pick a city, maybe the main city that's there. Walk out the doors. Every quest vendor that you run into, grab the quest, complete the quest, and then start back on the path and continue on. That's how I did Westfield, and it was a lot of fun. That's how I ended up in Bosmer Town too, and did all the Bosmer stuff there. So also the Dawnwood. Have you actually finished Westfield yet?
Yes, I finished it so that I could write our last lore lesson that we did for our last episode.
Good.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I just wanted to make sure. Have you 100% of the zone?
No, I think I have there were 2 side quests that I accidentally missed. One is up by
Okay.
the winery, and there's
Winery one's
another one
fun.
somewhere else. I can't remember, but I'm very close.
Fair enough. So, all right. That's fair. What about you, Minwy? Have you finished Westfield? I already know the answer to this question because I
Oh
figured,
yeah, everything's 100%ed other than the new zone, because
fair.
as some of you may not know, I do all of the peripheral quests first, then the zone story. It offers 2 things. One, if the zone story does have a glitch, I get to fix right away. But 2, I get to have all the people that I help show up at the end. And I like that.
Yep.
I like getting the memory of, oh yeah, I forgot about you.
Yeah, I did find that too with doing Westfield. If you did all the peripheral questing first, you'd show up at like a main story quest, be like, you should go talk to this person, and then they get that tertiary dialogue that's just like, hey, I already did that, and they're like, oh wow, you're like really good at what you do. Like, I mean, I've only been adventuring for 10 years.
That's when Pinicus goes, please.
So you know what the only weird thing was though with that in that last chapter in Westfield? The zone quest, like the main zone quest, also prompted some of the side quests, which wasn't a bad thing. But like, for example, we're not going to get spoilery, but let's say that you went to, oh gosh, why am I having a brain fart on the name of the inn? The Outcast Inn.
Yeah.
If you get there and you show up and you know who's there, you're like, wait, why are you here? Because if you hadn't started the zone quest, she was just there. And you're like,
Just hanging out.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
So that was one of the things where it's like, that was the only thing about that last order that I was a little bit kind of confused on. However, what I will say is that did happen to me. And I just assumed that it had to do with a threat of fate and there was something that I had missed and that I would figure it out later and it would be fine. So for me, I was able to like write it off from the perspective of like, I'm not playing this probably linearly anyway. Something has probably happened that I don't realize. I'm going to figure it out. It'll be okay. But I know there were some people who were upset about it during that last chapter. But I don't know. We'll see if anything's like that in Solstice.
There'll always be 1. There'll always be 3.
You know, that's the hard part about making a game that you can play in any order. And I do not envy them for it, but they do a good job.
Indeed, they do.
You know, when I showed up at the Outcast Inn, I think I went in there to do and take the quest because I don't remember verbatim, but I think it didn't have the normal double arrow zone story. It just had a normal quest. I'm like, all right, I'll go in there. And then all of a sudden 10 minutes later and you're jump scared. You're like, oh, geez.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love it.
Enough about Athelia. What have you been doing?
I was going to say, enough about the questing and stuff like that. Back to the original question is, what have I been doing? I have been working a lot. I know I say that every single episode. My schedule is just one of those ones where it's so consistent that it makes me busy. You get into like a routine of working. So I have been working. I'm doing a lot of that. I wrapped up Atlas recently, and now I'm taming dinosaurs. Did I say dinosaurs?
That could be a new thing.
Dinosaurids.
Dinosaurids. I'm taming dinosaurids.
I've probably got a dinosaur I can put a sword in their hand around here somewhere.
Right.
Just give me a few moments in the back tower.
I've been, taming dinosaurs and exploring building castles in other worlds. I have logged in a little bit to ESO, but I have yet to do. I did not get my gold Bantam Guar pet. I didn't do that.
The real question is, do you actually like that pet?
Unlike Sparky Bagman, I love guars.
Yeah,
and if you see,
heard from Sparky?
Right.
On that guar issue?
Cult of Guar!
Did he say anything about honor? Like, he comes with that pot on his head so you can cook him, or anything like that?
I don't know.
Oh, that's too good. Yeah, so those of you guys that are in chat right now and listening to the episode through your ears only, make sure you guys send Sparky Bagman a Guar love message and just tell them how much you love guars and how, just a little bit of light shade and shaming for hating guars as much as he does. I'm sure he'll appreciate it greatly. So we love you, Sparky. Please don't leave us because you keep so much stuff going. But yes, I have had not as much time in ESO recently as I would have liked to, and hopefully that may change in the near future here. But we'll see what happens. We're getting into the busy time of my work season, so my schedule just gets loaded and loaded and loaded, which is one of the reasons why I had a hard time getting the episode completed. So my apologies to you all that it took so long to get that episode done. Life just decided to roll a big old Moleg bowling ball down the middle of it. So
Not the Molag bowling ball.
not the Moleg bowling ball. Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes, strictly, if I could take a blade of woe to my day-to-day life, that would be fantastic. Hashtag we know.
At least you're needed.
That's right.
Somewhat.
That.
The sad part is
We
there's
need-
always somebody to jump in the truck and drive it. So
We need you.
Yeah. Very valuable.
fair enough. Well, I appreciate that. On that note, though, of podcasts and audios, did you know that you can listen to the show live on Twitch and all of our shenanigans and all of the bloopers and the oopsers and the oopsie whoopsies throughout our entire episode by heading on over to twitch.tv/Loreseekers ESO, and you can come watch us when we're live. It's so much fun. And then if you're watching us live on Twitch right now, did you know that if you missed something, you can go back and watch it again and again and again and again and again on a podcatcher? Head over to your favorite podcatcher and you can listen to the current episode you're currently watching, as well as all of our previous episodes that are up there available for you to enjoy. Really, do you need to listen to us more than once? Yes, you do. Don't you dare think you don't have to.
Listen,
Oh.
I'm just happy if we get a half a listen. If
Yeah,
we
that's
keep
fair.
them for more than 30 seconds, we've done it.
There's a
Happy.
bunch of people in here. The number hasn't changed in the last 45 minutes we've been in here. So
No, it's good.
We've got them hooked.
love it.
It's
You
good.
got them hooked. Okay, cool. Now you're on us. Start handing us your coin. Let's go.
No!
Coin and purple and gold diagrams. Let's go.
No! Do not
The door
listen to
cha-
him, people.
We're in Solstice tonight. The door charges grubs.
Oh boy. There's a sloth outside waiting for us. Like,
Yeah,
oh
he's the
dear.
bouncer.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, who would like to tell us what's happening on this week's episode?
not it.
I think I beat him. I beat him.
I think you beat
The
him.
new guy goes.
Oh.
Wait, is that me?
Well, on this, yeah, well, that'll go. This week's episode. We're finally talking the update. It's June. It came. So we're going
It
to talk
did, and
about
it's coming soon for console.
it is in 2 more
true.
days. Hold on there. I know some of the chats are getting anxious. Where is it? Why isn't it an update yet? Seasons of the Worm Cult, Part 1, Update 46. We're going to talk about our initial impressions, the subclassing, and the upcoming unofficial Elder Scrolls community meetup, which Bacon already alluded to.
Ooh.
More on that later.
Mhm.
Dun dun dun.
Dun,
All I
dun,
gotta say is
dun.
Florida in July.
Hey.
Sounds like a fantastic vacation.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's no worse than Merkmeyer.
After my last week, it can't be worse. It can't be any better.
That's true.
There's a reason why I avoid Merkmeyer bacon.
Why? Because I'm here? Is that why?
Yes, that's exactly why. We're just going to answer that question right now. You know what? Go behind the green screen and cry.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't be mean to you. I can't. It's just too challenging for me to keep a straight face and try to be cruel.
That's why we keep a lot of napkins on the counter for her.
Wow.
thought it's-
you know what?
I thought it's
This
because she
whole-
always spills her
This
raw
whole
mess.
tribunal thing. Yeah, I got two people teaming up on me right now. You know what? Guess what?
It'll come back.
I'm going to talk about Oblivion.
Do it.
Because I'm going to go
Tell
through an
us.
Oblivion portal.
Bring it on.
Tell us about it. I might actually still have that sound clip somewhere.
What, the portal of Jibs and Cash falling out?
Just the Oblivion portal portion, not
the
the
Oblivion
Oblivion cash
portal
coming
portion.
out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so since the last time, Oblivion launched. The rumored remaster Oblivion. It happened. It happened. They were like, hey, everybody, guess what? Surprise. You can have it right now. So, the fun part about that is there was also a first incremental patch yesterday to fix some of the things that were weird with it. So if you purchased Oblivion, you can now patch it, and hopefully there's some fixes that were coming. But what were you going to say there, Mr. Peanut? I saw you. You were like,
I wasn't gonna say I wasn't gonna say anything actually.
oh, okay.
This is awkward.
Never mind then.
There does come a point in a bacon's life when their predictability of other people around them starts to fade. It's okay.
Don't go like
it's
this.
A natural.
At your mic if you're not going to talk. Anyway, right. Well, speaking of Oblivion, gents, I know all three of us downloaded it, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh? Yes.
I actually do have something to say, but yes, I did download it.
I'm waiting. Is that it?
Oh, yes. No, that's not it. I was gonna say, and I think Minwee was thinking this as well. Minwee's just like, what did I get myself into? Why am I here right now?
I'm just looking at Katie going, and did you like
We're
it?
waiting.
Okay, sorry. You guys,
I think Minwee Pro was probably thinking the same thing that I was. And hey, you know what? Super huge kudos to Bethesda for getting Oblivion launched out the door. I don't know if people knew that it was coming.
There was a leak, but
there was a leak like a week before they announced it. But I don't think anyone really knew it was coming. But I think the one thing, and Minwee and I are probably on the same page here, is they dropped it before the Sky Oblivion update came from the developer team out there, which I know for years people have been waiting for. The modding team was going to bring out Sky Oblivion, and I think some people in the community do have a little bit of a sour taste. But hey, I'm really stoked that Bethesda did drop Oblivion. I really am. So, but that was what I wanted to say.
Now, they are two different things.
Yeah,
if I
that's
could
what I was going to
interject. So, go ahead, Katie.
No, you follow it.
So I was one of those people like, man, this is like a dagger in Sky Oblivion's like, what are they doing? But I didn't realize that it's mainly just a graphic overhaul. And boy, is that a good one. But still, Sky Oblivion is actually like a core gameplay overhaul where they're like putting Oblivion into the Skyrim rule set and saying, okay, here, play it like you did Skyrim. So it's going to be different. Like the quests are more fleshed out. I think there's some added tidbits to the quests. There's different nooks and crannies in some of the environmentals that they've added and tweaked a little to make it a little bit more inviting. Where I think the remaster is basically just like, okay, let's shove it all into Unreal and tune up a few things to make it, and then put all the DLCs in.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point, actually, because I did forget that, Sky Oblivion, from everything I'd read, was going to be a complete, like you said, overhaul. So, but I think at first people were like, what the crap? Stabby. And then, so. Anyway, sorry.
Initially,
continue.
Oh, no, I was going to say, initially it kind of came off as a little shady because of that. People were concerned that they were punching it out because they knew that was coming. And it has been very publicly in development by that like mod team for quite some time. And so I think that people were kind of initially like, ew, this makes us feel yucky. But then when you go back and you look at it, the stuff that Minwee said, right? Like it's being put into the Skyrim engine. It's not the same. The Oblivion remaster that we got is that. It is a literal remaster of the game, bugs and all, which is why it's funny because there's still things that are, the normal bug situation that went into the game. And I think it kind of makes it a little charming, in some ways, because it's the nostalgia of like going back to Oblivion, going back to those places, but now seeing them through a fresh lens of our updated graphics that we can do and that can be supported by by Bethesda, and I think that that's pretty cool. Plus, isn't this the first time they've used Unreal on an Elder Scrolls game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's an interesting step as well, in my opinion.
All I'm saying,
Wonder if it might
Skyrim
have something to do.
in Unreal.
Ugh,
Yeah.
don't talk dirty like that. We know you
Just
want
shut your
White
mouth.
Run in Unreal. You
Just
shut
fix
I
it
your
want
already.
White Run.
mouth.
I want White
You
Run
shut
in
your dirty
Riverwood.
Yeah. And the other thing too is, yes, it was brought up in our chat too, but that's what I was going to get to as well. Bethesda actually invited the mod team out to the studio after the release of Oblivion, the Sky Oblivion group. They invited some of them to come out and actually tour around and look at everything. And I believe they gave them like the game, of course, for free, because it was like, okay, this is an appreciation thing. You've been fans, you've been working on this. It was kind of like a good faith thing, you know? So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool that they actually did that. And the lead for that also posted something on the socials that was like, we don't expect, like, we understand that people are upset, but we don't take this as a intentional, like, piece of malice. We are just happy that we can be fans that are making something that we love and putting all the work into it, and no, we're not going to stop doing it just because Oblivion released as a remaster. So I think that was kind of neat from both sides that they've done both of those things, from Bethesda's side and from the Sky Oblivion team's side.
And the Bethesda
so.
devs reached out in like vehement agreement of all of them want to play Sky Oblivion as well. Like they're really curious about what the changes are and how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Inspire them to implement some of those changes into future iterations of
That's
the Elder
what I'm
Scrolls.
thinking.
Yeah.
So
Never know.
now here's my crazy wall of crazy thought that I'm going to throw out here. This is my assumption. This is an assumption question. Do you think they launched the remaster of Oblivion the day that they announced it because it was leaked, and that this update was supposed to be the actual near launch date that they're currently getting to? Or do you think that they had planned to do it that way the whole time?
I personally think they had planned to do it that way for a while, because the video announcement had it like high quality built into the scripting and the throughout at the end, like the whole, and guess what, you can get it today now that you're watching
And you
us
can
in the
get it
studio right
now.
now. Yeah. And also they just did that with another game. Was it Fallout? There was some other game that they did recently that Bethesda did that same thing with. They're like, hey, let's do this announcement. And then they're like, oh, by the way, go to your downloader because it's there. So this isn't the first time they've done that. So on one hand, I'm not surprised. On the other hand, maybe you might be a little right. It could also have to do with a lot of those other leaks that were, what was that, mid last year when we got all the Microsoft stuff, and there was all that legal stuff happening in the UK. Yeah. So, there was already a hint at a remaster that had been present in that. So maybe it was done because of that. Who knows?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
anyway,
Oblivion.
In terms of Oblivion, I have downloaded it, but I had to wait to get everything downloaded because of the fact that I had upgraded my computer, like we talked about last episode. That was a while ago, and I have made it as far as I got out of the sewer. So
yay!
Yay! But what I will say is I have played it before. That was my first Elder Scrolls game, as if anybody has listened to the podcast for any amount of time, they know that because I've mentioned it a few times at this point. But I was just excited to be back in that part of Cyrodiil and back seeing it with fresh eyes, because I've seen it so much in ESO as well. Going back to that brings back that major nostalgia for me of, this was the first time that I got to see this world. That was the first time that I was able to step out of the sewer, as we know happens in a lot of Elder Scrolls games, and experience it again for the first time. So it was cool.
I think
You just wanted to hug the red diamond again.
I think the farthest I ever made it in the original Oblivion game was the sewers, and I couldn't swallow the graphics because I had already played Skyrim by that point. And I was just like, I looked at it, I was just like, no, I can't. I'm a bit of a graphics snob, so for those of you guys that know me, I am a little bit of a snob. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I agree with you. I never played it for 20 years. I've been waiting for Sky Oblivion because I didn't want to endure that.
You want to have that trauma in your mind.
I know, right?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So there you go. Oblivion's out. You can download it, the remaster.
It looks pretty.
Yeah. It looks pretty. It's a pretty game. So enjoy it if you've got it. And if you've never played it before, enjoy it for the first time because it's really cool.
Absolutely.
I saw your note that's in here too, Minwee. You actually have to get the TES4 Game of the Year edition, and then TES5, of course, on Steam for Sky Oblivion. So
yeah, it uses a hybridization of both of those. It uses one engine and others' assets.
Yep.
Whereas the remaster is just a one-time purchase, all individualized, all by itself.
Yeah. Yep. Reminds me of the Fallout Tales of Two Wastelands. You needed to have the two different, same engine Fallout games, but yeah, you had to have them both installed to play their overhaul. But that was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Right on. Hey. Is there a new trailer for ESO that aired?
There was.
No
it's
way.
So
adorable.
Is it? Hey, should we try to get it up and watch it?
So the only thing that I'd be worried about is that it's going to ding us for the audio.
Oh,
because it's Pat Benatar.
Yes. You might need to mute it or really lower it down.
You know what? Tell you what. How about I do this? And I go, if you guys want to go watch it, head on over to that link right there. Take a look, give it a watch, and then tell me how much you loved it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's the Tales of Jacques Raz.
Yeah.
Jacques Raz.
You know the little
Raz.
The pet, the little Raz pet?
Oh, yeah.
He's going through like RPing through all the areas and telling the story of what's going on.
I'll have to go watch it.
It's really, really adorable.
No, we're not singing really on stream.
Don't tempt me to sing on stream.
Watch it muted, but y'all sing the song. I'll be like, we belong. It's part of the You Belong Here campaign that they've been doing, which is cool.
Isn't the Xbox One turn?
Oh, maybe it is. Sorry, that was the old one. I forgot the Xbox One is turn. You're right. I forgot.
Both are good.
It's a different song. Both are good. Pat Benatar was the last one before that. That was the one about all the community coming together. I forgot. This one is turn. Yeah.
All right.
Peanut is so confused.
I'm so confused. Let's move on to some showcase
Go there and
stuff
watch
here.
the trailer.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
Let's pull this up. Press OK. Unhide it. Boom.
Love. Ooh.
Let's learn about some update.
I love that picture, by the way. I saw that on Reddit the other day.
Me too.
The picture of, and I think it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, we can get all these statues in the vault. What?
You can stack 500 of those suckers if you want.
You know what this reminds me of? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Hermione Granger's little like purse that she has that just was, had the charm of just like endlessness. And then she like you hear this like a bunch of books fall over. She's like, and that was my stack of books that just fell over. And you hear this like sound in the,
it's like the Dungeons and Dragons bag of holding.
Basically, yeah, it's like a charm of
like
holding or whatever it was. It's bigger on the inside.
Bigger on the inside.
Can I climb inside of the purse?
Could you climb inside a purse?
That purse. Her purse. Okay, you know what? We're venturing down a road we're not going to carry on because this is going to go complete left.
Magic.
Magic. It's the real ones.
Oh my gosh.
Moving right along. Who would like to talk about Update 46? That nose
All
goes.
right.
You know what? You did a bunch of talking. I will do a bunch of talking for this next one here. So, I will
Okay.
volunteer.
We'll chime in.
You guys chime in every 5 seconds because I'm probably going to say something wrong.
Bring your
every
hype.
5 seconds. So, bring the hype. The Update 46 base game patch introduces a huge host of new features and adventures for ESO's players. This includes the unlocking of the Western Solstice Zone and story for 2025. Content Pass owners, in addition to the new subclass. Oh, hang on. Oh, this includes the unlocking of Western Solstice Zone and story for 2025, as well as Content Pass owners getting the subclassing system. Man, that sentence is just written terribly.
You're doing great.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing wonderfully. I'm so good at Englishing.
Do you need some
However, these
Rana?
are far. I've got some. Thanks. However, these are far from the only new features and improvements included in the free update. A new furnishing vault comes to ESO Plus to alleviate storage issues. Returning players can join the action faster with Heroes Return. Add-ons arrive for the console players and more. You heard that right. Hang on. Did I just
let's
say
repeat
that
that.
add-ons are arriving for console players? Hey, Bacon.
I could cry.
I have actually, Matt, I have a question, or Minwee, I have a question for you.
It won't help you find North better.
Nope.
Oh. If I have an Xbox One, can I use add-ons?
No. Latest gen only.
Latest gen. So if I have a PlayStation 4
No.
No.
or 5.
Nope.
You need
5, yes.
5 Pro, Series S, Series X.
Okay. You hear that,
Yeah.
chat? You hear that? If you have an old gen console like me, I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to do it. And that is strictly, and they actually even said this when they announced it, that was strictly due to hardware limitations in the old gen console. There is just not enough RAM in those things to be able to handle loading and unloading add-ons every time you zone and log in. So that is the reason we've reached that point in that console's lifespan where it's just not feasible anymore. I will say they got 10 years. No, not 10 years. 8 years?
Mm-hmm.
8 years on console? Because we're in year 11 right now, and next year is console's 10 year, correct?
No, this
No,
year's
this year.
console is right now.
Yeah, it came out in 2015.
Is it Xbox and PlayStation's 10-year anniversary right now?
Correct. They're
Wait a
1 year
minute.
behind.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it might actually be. It's not today, is it?
Oh.
Hold on. 1
that's a
second.
Good question.
It's like, it's really, I think it was the 15th.
It was yesterday.
It was?
Yes, sir.
Maybe.
Oh.
Yes, it was.
Yep, June 15th. How about that? Yesterday. Happy anniversary, console peeps.
10-year
Happy
anniversary,
anniversary.
console plebs.
Yay! I can't believe I missed that. Oh,
How did you miss
It's
that?
because it was Father's Day,
Working.
so I was distracted. Yeah,
That's fair.
but
That's fair.
oh
Lifing.
man, lifing. Yeah, no, it says it came out on PS4. Oh wait, it was before that. So yeah, Xbox One and PS4 on June 9th, and then Xbox Series XS on June 15th. So it was a staggered release.
Hmm.
Probably
even so-
because they didn't have the hardware specs for the new gen consoles when they were building the templates.
Yeah, that's probably. Or the release cycles are just different.
Yeah.
Staggered apart for bug fixes and stuff too. So, well, happy anniversary, console. Congratulations. You are now a member of the 10-year club.
And enjoy your new content in a couple days.
Yeah.
That's
With
my
purchasing
console
kind
dance.
Content Pass sold separately.
That's kind of funny, actually, that the Update 46 is launching the same week as the 10-year
Yeah.
anniversary launch dates. That's cool. Good for
That
them.
is pretty cool, actually.
Oh, fantastic.
Thanks,
So yes,
BT
add-ons are coming to PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Ultra. How do you guys call it on your weird blue controller team?
PlayStation Network?
No,
The
the Super Console.
PS5?
Pro. The Pro.
PS5
No, I don't
Pro.
have a Pro.
No, but they have one. It does exist.
Well, yeah. But just the
PS5
PS5
players, PS5 Pro players, Xbox Series XS and Pro.
Mhm.
Xbox
No Pro for Xbox.
Is there a Pro for Xbox?
No, just S and X.
Oh, okay. You guys are going to
Sounds
be
like a
getting
new thing.
some fantastic add-on compatibility coming very soon with Update 46's launch. Moving right along. A first
And
time
there are a
for
lot
the
done.
Heroes Return. There are a lot done. Oh, is there an update on like what's actually been?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
down further.
In our chat.
It's down.
It's in our
It's
chat.
down further. Keep
We're
going.
going to talk
Keep
about it.
going.
We're going to talk about it in just do I have to scroll on the page or is it in our notes?
Well, do the heroes return first? Yeah, it's in both.
I was
places.
curious about
It's
this.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
hey,
Go,
are
go,
you
go.
excited?
I am.
Oh yes.
She's
Like
like
a skeever on
finally.
a cheese wheel.
A first time for the Heroes Return. If you've ever come back to ESO after a lengthy absence, you might have found getting back into the swing of things took time and energy you'd rather have spent on your adventures. That's why the Heroes Return feature was created. We often see players overwhelmed when deciding what to do first when returning to the bustling land of Tamriel, says systems designer Carlos Rios? Ruiz?
Ruiz.
Ruiz. With Heroes Return, we guide players across a handful of key activities while helping showcase the fun and value of doing them on your own. What are these activities, you may ask? Well, many of us have taken a break from the game and returned to it and asked ourselves, what are the controls? How do I catch up? And what can I do currently? We saw Heroes Return as an opportunity to answer those questions and get players back into the fun of the game with ease. Heroes Return begins with a 10 to 15 minute quest that refreshes you on key combat mechanics. Afterward, you receive helpful bonus login rewards as you keep playing and a series of short Heroes Return golden pursuits designed to get you back into your Tamrielic groove. They're giving you golden pursuits and login rewards separate or on top of the daily. Here's a bunch of
Heck
stuff.
yeah,
Don't ever
buddy.
leave again.
Heck yeah, buddy. They said,
Wow.
got him.
It keeps things
All the
simple. Get
things.
reacquainted with the game and receive handy rewards for doing so. Remember when that moment you hadn't quite signed up for ESO Plus yet? Guess what? We're going to give you so much stuff, you're going to have no choice but to sign up for ESO Plus again. I see what they're
Ouch.
doing here. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Ouch.
Ouch. My pockets are full. They're so full. That is awesome, actually. I love how I love when a game will try to get you back into the game and actually break down the simplicities of the game and be like, okay, here are some very basics again. We know it's been a while since you've been here. This is the stuff that you need to know. Go forth. And that's what they do. I actually very much enjoy that they're doing that because I have been on that side in the past of coming back after a year-long sabbatical and been like, I still don't know how to play this game.
Button mash.
And dude, I have said it so many times in our streams. When I came back to ESO and when I joined Loreseekers, I didn't even know how to use food and potions or what light attack weaving was. And I'd been
And did you
playing
know how to get out of
since
Cyrodiil?
launch. Yes, because I used to lead a Cyrodiil group back then. Don't ask me how I managed that. I just don't ask.
You're incredible.
Yeah.
You don't
on
have to be
the
good.
Grey
You
Host,
just have
on
to
the
have
Grey
fun.
Host equivalent servers too. I used to run AD
Ooh.
multi like 24-man, 48-man groups on Grey Host servers.
Before it alliance locked.
Well before it alliance locked. This is before my time in Loreseekers, and I didn't
Sure.
know how to light attack weave, or what potions and food was.
And then Loreseekers changed your world and your brain went,
Yep. That's the thing. Yeah. No, that's really awesome. I love that they're going to give you some golden pursuits and some login rewards just to kind of get you back in and get you started. You're going to get a few, probably some XP scrolls. How many characters can I do the returning thing, and how do I unlock the quest line? Is it an account wide or is it player based?
I believe it's
just
account
has it as a
based.
prompt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think what part of the thing is, and I have not done this yet, the only way to test it would have been to build completely new characters, I think, during the templates on PTS. But
Oh.
yeah, so I believe it's account, and I think it's for characters that after a certain amount of time have gone into that like cold storage. Remember how they did that a while back? So I
Yep.
think it has to do with a set amount of time that you've not logged in. Kind of like how when you log in now and it's like, you're enlightened. It's the same sort of thing, but it's going to be like, welcome back. You're really, really enlightened.
Enlightened. You're mega enlightened.
You're
already enlightened.
You're going to achieve Chim if you
A
carry
new
on.
hand touches the beacon.
Touches
and
the
A
beacon.
new hand touches the hero's return.
Oh, that's too good.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if we have an answer to this, because I am also curious. This would be something I'd be curious about to know the answer. Can I do the quest multiple times after a certain period of time? Let's say I picked the game up, played it for 6 months, put it down, don't touch it for another year and a half, and I pick it back up again. Am I going to be able to play the Hero's Return questline again on a character? Or is it just one and done? Is that they're giving you one opportunity to come back to the game and get a bunch of free stuff, and then that would be what I'm curious about, because there are people that are very much like that. They play for 6 months and they don't touch the game for a year. And then they come back and they play for 3 months and they don't touch the game for a year. That is a thing. There are players, that's how they play ESO.
I
Probably not
actually
possible
think
to get an answer till quarter 4.
Yeah. I'm not actually sure about that, but I do know that I think that's some of what stemmed this is people coming back who hadn't played in so long, and now there's all this extra content and systems and stuff. So they come back and have no concept of what's kind of happened. So I feel like some of this has to do with just how it's directing you to different systems basically within the game. And my guess would be that you would I actually don't know. I don't want to say that. I was going to say my guess would be that you would be able to do it again when a new system is added if you've been away. However, I don't want to say that and be incorrect.
That would be a fair and good assumption. So
yeah,
right on.
Not sure.
So time will tell. It'll be something that'll have to be probably more informed as time progresses forward. So, all right, let's unpack this really favorite thing that everyone loves with this amazingly hilarious. Can we just acknowledge the fact that there's the one person in the corner over here is just sitting on a crate drinking wine in the corner while everyone else is, they got the Khajiit with the statue on its back, the orc pushing the head into the box, and the little Bosmer's over here like, don't break the tree.
That person sipping wine's just the supervisor.
Yeah, and the Nord's like, come
meanwhile,
on,
the other two
what
are
do you
like,
think you're doing here?
Yeah. Everybody else is hired help.
Oh man, I absolutely love it. Oh, this is
So
fantastic.
good.
Yes. Let's talk about the furnishing vault. We did mention this on the last episode, and if you haven't already gone back and listened to the previous episode, I highly encourage you to do that because there's lots of great information in there. So the furnishing vault is the new addition to ESO Plus benefits. So if you're already subscribed to ESO Plus, well, guess what? You're going to get the furnishing vault included in that mix. The way it's going to work is it can store up to 500 stacks of furnishing items. That's not 500 items.
It's
You are
500
correct. Stacks.
500 stacks of items. They can be stacked up to 200.
Yeah. You go and you buy a
At
bunch
least,
of
yeah.
villas or whatever, and you have like a bunch of the chairs and tables. They'll stack. So
Or, you know,
so there you go.
back when we had 2,000 Daedric skull thrones.
Somebody do me some quick math. What's 200 times 500? Freeing up your bank space and housing space dramatically.
10 grand.
That's 10,000 items. I actually think I have about 10,000 furnishing items.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'm,
But they're all
I'm sorry.
individuals. Can I get a second one, please, Thus? Can I get a second furnishing vault? Or can you let me
Oh no.
deconstruct some furnishings?
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
I
Reclaim some
I
hardwood.
I also have something that's a caveat to this that I don't think has
Mm-hmm.
been fixed yet.
Okay, go for it.
If you have two of the same item, but one was purchased in the Crown store and one came from crates or was constructed, they're two separate stacks.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
not
think
a
there's anything they can do about it.
fix.
They
Yeah,
ca-
Two
they
different
can't.
IDs.
no.
Yeah.
They
they're
can't. They're
unique.
two different IDs, so that's just something for people to be aware of. So don't be upset if you're like, I have 10 tables, and why won't these 10
Three different
tables stack
stacks.
on top if they're the same? Well, it's because they probably came from different sourcing. So
The game's
just
good. It puts a
bear,
little crown next to the ones that are from the purchase
yeah,
tab.
bear in mind there are a few things that are not labeled though that will do that. So
Mm-hmm.
if they've come from like an event or something like that, there is the potential if it's a similar furnishing that it may not stack. So just something to be aware of.
And if you have Plus and you're wondering where it is, you got to go to the Crown store. It's free. You just got to go claim it.
Wicked. And it's just a box you place down. Can you place multiple boxes down in multiple homes?
It's a
Or you
collectible, so you just put the same one in every house.
Got it. Does it count towards your furnishing?
Yeah, I believe it's one.
I think it's
Yeah,
one
fair
slot,
enough.
but it's also accessible from the housing menu.
Oh, cool.
That's
So you
true.
don't have
Everything
to put
in
it down.
Yeah, everything in it is accessible. You just, if you want to interact and put stuff back in, if you want to deposit, you're going to have to put it down somewhere.
That's good to know. There we go. So if you're like me and have giant storage houses, well, the day of storage houses are no more. Now it's the day of a storage house with a giant
Well,
box sitting in the middle
The
of the room.
days of storage houses are lesser.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get me to go sit in Doomshar Plateau and one by one grab all of the items and stick them in the box.
Yep.
That's going to be the challenge for me, at least. That and then my Solitude house as well. Those are both my storage houses. I have two.
Well, we're kind of spoiled on PC. We have an add-on where we can just say, bring it all back into my inventory.
This is true. This is true. Hey, but you know what? They might get them on console soon.
Oof.
That add-on
that's a big
might
one.
exist.
Yeah.
That is a big one.
Ouch.
So, player requests and interest over the years for housing storage were certainly a main motivator for the creation of the Furnishing Vault, says the system designer Lindsay Beaver. We also have a strong desire to ease inventory pressure where we can, coupled with finding ways to improve the quality of life of all housing players. I am so stoked that this is actually going to be a thing, though. Like, seriously, I really am. So, I do know, and this is something that has come from previous broadcasts, a lot of people are probably still asking, this is great and all, but why don't you just increase the slot space inside of houses? I have an answer for you for that, because they did mention this a long time ago.
They
And
did.
the answer is hardware limitations on console. That is why they will not increase inventory space and they will not increase housing spots, is because the limitations on console, and they want to keep it the same across the board. Should I say the next part to that as to probably why they want to keep it the same across the board?
Sure.
There have been talks about cross-platform play.
Yes, very good. Very nice.
There have been talks about Xbox players entering into the PC world. What does that mean? Well, it could mean that maybe what you'll get is you'll get an Xbox mega server, a PlayStation mega server, and a PC mega server. Instead of having EU and A on all three, you'll just have Xbox, PlayStation, PC, maybe PC EU as well because of the size of them. And you'll basically be able to run around in the PC world as an Xbox player and be like, look at me, I have a little controller because that's all I can do and I can't mouse and keyboard.
She can hear you.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. I mean, look at me, I'm a Bosmer and I have a... There's someone knocking on my door and I think they have a piece of paper in their hand.
No, she's just spiking rotten meth.
She's going to get the blade of woe.
She is.
She's going to throw it at me through the camera.
If you see bacon, you're all good. If you don't see bacon, you're seconds from death.
I'm gonna choke you with this here cord for my controller.
And I'm going to
Just
make
kidding.
you say how much you love controllers while you're choking you with
Yes.
it. I love controllers.
I love controllers.
Controllers are the future.
I love my console friends.
You can control submarines with them. Too soon?
We should explain. We should explain that we were told that they were working on crossplay ideas, and you can see that in the extra. Somebody remind me. I can't remember what the series was.
Kind of funny podcast.
Kind of funny. Yes, the kind of funny pod. I extremely highly recommend everyone go watch those 4 episodes. It is very enlightening to the overall scheme of how ESO came to be, all of the things that they went through, the revision spire, the why does Stormhaven the way it is, all of these interesting facts that go into, oh, that's how ESO came to be like that, or this or that or whatever. And they did let it drop that they're working on crossplay, but we're like on mile marker 3, and we got to wait till we get to 2000 before we can implement it.
Please do not take this as it's showing up. Update 47 is crossplay. Nuh-uh.
Right.
Nuh-uh. I would be surprised if we saw this before update 50.
Test 6 will be out first.
I was just going to say, this is going to be like, I think this is going to be, unless they have been doing some really hard back-end work, like a couple years from now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, update
Like
50
2.
essentially would be a couple years from now.
Well, maybe not. We're
update
doing seasons. We don't know that.
Update 50's, yeah, they're still doing the same quarterly updates.
Yeah.
So we'll still see 50 next year, but
Yeah, that's true.
I'm with you. Probably 2028, give or take.
Yeah.
Before 2030.
That's our hope.
That'd be pretty great.
Fingers crossed. I have no insider knowledge. I promise I am not beating around the bush and I know something. I know nothing. This is just all information that we've gotten from the podcast that we've kind of read some of the dialogue on. And I just want to show that for people that wonder why is it that console always holds things back? And I say that not all jokes aside, I say that actually like just as positively as I possibly can. This is probably one of the reasons is that they started to separate console from PC. Crossplay would never work. And it's not just like, oh, we'll just go back the way it is or bring everything to the same part. It's like, no. As soon as you start changing those things, they'll never get back to the way that they should have been. So they have to keep it the same as the increment upwards going like that. So this is my kind of wall of crazy, spitballing. I don't know anything more than this, but that's kind of the information that I'm running with. But hey, on the note of crazy, awesome stuff that's really, really cool, we have a furnishing vault. You can shove stuff inside. You all right there, Bacon? You hearing ghosts?
No, Kine is a little upset outside right now, so hopefully I'm okay.
Sacrifice
you don't just go dark.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. So we'll go a little bit into the details. As you might expect, this new storage option had its own technical hurdles too, which in turn led to a greater housing functionality. In building the vault, we needed to tackle a particular technical hurdle, providing players with a way to choose where to store retrieved furnishings. To address this, we have added a new Retrieve To option to the Housing Editor's Retrieve tab, allowing you to choose to send retrieve furnishings to your inventory, bank, storage chest, and of course the furnishing vault.
I didn't know.
So you'll be able to do it right from the menu, basically.
That's
awesome.
what I was
So
trying to say.
You can pack it all up and go right to the vault with it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Woof. So, because apparently they couldn't put it in the same. Oh, never mind. That was just a precursor. That's why. yeah, so Furnishing Vault, if you have ESO Plus, you'll be getting access to that, if not currently. Currently have access to it? Yeah, it's
with
there.
the
It's in the
update,
game.
yeah.
It's live. PlayStation and
It's
Xbox will be
done.
getting it on June 23rd. So, along with their Update 46 release.
Well, we're not getting it on June 23rd. We're getting it on the 18th. We're getting add-ons.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Add-ons are coming a week
I
late.
looked at June 23rd in the notes screen in front of me and was like, oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
Since ESO's initial launch in 2014, players have customized their time camera with add-ons, on PC at least. Now the option to customize your game experience through add-ons is coming to consoles, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5 on June 23rd. We've wanted console add-ons since we first launched on consoles, noted the lead UI engineer Dan Batson. Originally, it was simply something first party didn't really have a process for. It was something first party didn't really have a process for. That eventually changed, but things were always moving so fast that the timing was never right to get the resources. Lately, we've had a bigger focus on shoring up player experiences and closing gaps, so we pushed to make console add-ons a priority. Remember when they said that they were going to work on a bunch of back-end stuff to try to fix things, and that's why content wouldn't be dropped as consistently? This is one of the reasons that we have this. That was one of the reasons we have this coming now. Of course, the work itself was no simple matter, and it led to some limitations, but also learnings for the team. The biggest challenge is that consoles have incredibly strict memory limits, explains Batson. That is why we support add-ons only on next-gen consoles. Beyond that, we had to provide a built-in process, not just for using add-ons, but hosting and acquiring them. So, just like we kind of mentioned earlier on the show. But I know what you guys all want to see. You guys want to see the list of add-ons that are coming to console on the 23rd?
Yes. I've already peeked. I've already planned.
You
Let's show the
peeker!
people. Let's show the people.
Here it is. Here is the list. We're going to reject all of them. Here it is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I can hear
Uh-oh.
Caddy screaming in the distance. What's uh-oh? You can't
Is your
scroll?
no scrolling?
No, didn't want to scroll.
But we're an Elder Scrolls podcast.
Elder Scrolls Simulator, apparently.
I guess. I can just tell you what the really exciting ones are.
Sure. Go for it.
Sure. So we are getting Harvest Map, which is super exciting because on console, we have had no way to be able to see where to harvest stuff unless you put things into your skill points and whatnot. We're also getting a mini map. Yeah. So excited. Sorry. We're getting mini map, and we are also getting the highly anticipated Lazy Rick Crafter, which we've mentioned before because we knew that that one was coming because it had been confirmed. But it is official. It is here. Lazy Rick Crafter with all the lib add-ons and the add-on list things that you need to come with it is going to be on there as well. There's a couple other things on there. There's like a price tracker for Xbox. There's awesome guild store for other, groups and whatnot. There's also some additional things that show you like your map ping. They can do a permanent memento where it just refreshes the memento that you have selected if that's something that you like while you're running around. Like say that you always want to have leaves swirling around you. Well, you can always have leaves swirling around you. So there's a lot of different add-ons that are very similar, of course, to what they're running on PC with things in this. There's a bag space indicator, lots and lots of different things that people are going to be really, really excited for. Beyond that, the nice thing about this website is, and it looks like all of them are currently this way anyway, but just for future reference, you can select looking at these add-ons by any or by individual platforms. So any means it will work on Xbox and PlayStation, and then obviously you could just select only PlayStation or just Xbox as well. So I believe the reason that these are coming a week later is because it has to add whatever the service is that allows you to put the add-ons on, and they're not doing that at the same time as the patch, which makes sense.
Yep. What's broken?
So.
Is it update 46 or is it the add-ons?
Or is it the add-ons? Yeah, we don't no.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Minwei, you had
Oh,
kind of
boy.
raised your hand, and we're kind of wanting to jump in there.
Yeah, so one of these is going to give you your treasure maps and survey markers, right?
Yes.
Finally. When you
No
have
more
to go do that
excuses.
alchemy survey in Malleable Tor and you can't remember, you got to go into that one little cave.
Y'all, can I just tell you, my inventory on PC is pretty clean when it comes to treasure maps and stuff because I can do them because I have the add-on. On console, I don't even know how many spaces are being taken up with treasure maps and surveys. The moment that this hits, I am going to have to, you're just not going to see me for like days. I'm just going to be gone because I'm going to be purging my inventory. I'm going to
curled
have
up in
so
bed
many
with a pillow and a
materials,
big old jug
so
of
many
water, just
treasures.
sippy
I'm going to
cupping
have
and doing.
I'm gonna have so many leads. I'm gonna have so much stuff that I've never seen on console before because I don't have to go to a map that someone else made to figure out where to go get the map
Bacon,
that I
tell
need
me
to do.
again why you don't have any more vacation time left this year. I'll spend 4 days of my vacation time running around doing leads and surveys on PlayStation.
They're like, has anyone seen Bacon? And they're like, no, we think she
No.
died. And it like
She
pans
might have
over to
died.
me and it's like my hair is like a mess and it looks like I haven't been out of this chair in like 6
Cheeto
days.
stains on the shirt.
My eyes are all bloodshot and I have Dorito fingers.
Oh, you give yourself way too much credit. Are you going to even get vertical during that time? You're going to come out to shower and eat, and that's it.
Right? Oh man. Just
Just
going
the
through
absolute trash fire.
Just going through this listing here, it looks like an equivalent version of Tamriel Trade Center is coming to console called Tamriel Savings.
That one's new since I looked the other day. I knew that there was one that was going to pull Xbox prices, but I did not see that one.
It's saying it's for both, and there's a bunch of companion apps to go with it. So you could be looking at a resurgence in console vendors. Like people will actually go and start doing the whole console pricing and merchants.
we do already. It's just you have to do it by hand. Like God bless the people that are GMs of trade guilds on consoles because couldn't be me. Like
and isn't console stuff
interviewed
ridiculously expensive?
No, because nobody has any money. Nobody makes any gold. So it's I can't say nobody. So like PC prices are in the millions for certain items and they're in hundreds of thousands for us because of the way that the market is. So that's one other problem that if we ever in the future get to that crossplay piece, the market is going to be very
all the console players
interesting.
No, console people are going to start getting rich.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be straight up honest. On PC, I have had upwards of close to 10 million gold before, which is not a lot for some people. For me, that's a lot. Because on PlayStation, I rarely break 1 million. I would say that the most I have ever had in my console coffers was 1.5 million. And it was because I got some like crazy gold thing and sold it like immediately. And I sold it just randomly, like just in a random one of the random guilds that I was in and just got lucky and somebody bought it.
That's wild.
The trade is completely different. So this is going to change this a lot.
Yeah. I also noticed that look like almost the entire fleet of Votan's add-ons are showing up on console.
Yeah.
Which those of you guys that are listening to us and watching us live on, those of you guys that are watching us live on Twitch right now, and those of you guys that are listening to us on the podcast right now, if you have not already downloaded and looked into Votan's add-ons, they are some of the nicest, cleanest, most well-supported add-ons you'll probably download on PC currently. And those are now going to be showing up on the console side. So he has like 3 different types of mini maps. He's got activity finders. So like there's fishing stuff. He does all like the counting. How do you do all the fishing and whatnot? He has achievement trackers, like all sorts of really good, just quality of life add-ons to make your gaming chores way easier to manage. So highly recommend checking out some of Votan's stuff. Not all of his stuff is on here yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see them slowly add more and more as it comes. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for console. You guys are going to get treated quite well.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Let's move on to the next little topic of interest over here. What do we got here? I gotta.
Oh, it ain't little. There's nothing little about this topic.
Stacking.
Stacking.
Yeah, that's the next thing. Stacking for crafters.
Stacking? Hang on, I got up all pages. I have a weird little like FPS GPU counter up on the corner of my computer right now, and I don't know why it's there, but I'm just ignoring it. It's on my other PC. We're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist.
You want me to do the next thing while you're messing with stuff?
I'm gonna pull it up, and if you want to, or Minwee would like to talk about it.
Sure. So the next thing is for Master Writs, and that has to do with the fact that they are going to come in an envelope now, and they are going to stack. Because could they stack before? No. How many Writs could a Master Crafter stack if a Master Crafter could stack Writs?
You couldn't even make the joke yourself.
Oh, goodness.
I've had a very hard day. I'm just kidding. So yeah, Master Writs have been a really big part of the community for a long time and part of the economy in ESO for years now. So they have been accompanied by the problem of inventory pressure and basically as unique items with similarly unique requirements and reward amounts, getting them to take up less space has always been a challenge for the ESO team. But it was an important need too, because there are so many people that do these Master Writs. So it says, with 10 plus years of content, we're always cognizant of a player's inventory and how it fills over the course of a game, says Senior Systems Designer Matthew Blois. One of the primary goals of making Master Writs stackable was to alleviate the bloat in player inventory, so the design needed to not to make the problem inadvertently worse down the line. This is why we avoided using a container, because we know containers don't stack. So engineering came up with the way to grant the actual item that was able to be stacked while also granting something that was distinct upon its use. So essentially what happens is it comes in like this envelope, basically.
Yep.
And then the envelopes stack or whatever. So the cool thing is Rich commented on this. It says, even better, the team doesn't want this work to stop at crafting Writs alone. As Rich said in the ESO Direct, we are now looking to see how this could be applied to other areas of the game to further alleviate inventory pain for players. So they are very aware.
Treasure maps.
Treasure maps.
I still don't think treasure maps are going to stack. And I think the reasoning for it is they want you to go and do them.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with... I guess. I was going to say it's the same thing, though, with... oh, shoot. What are they called? Why am I having a brain fart? Surveys. You just have to run and leave the area and then come back. It's the same thing with treasure maps. It's just they would be in a stack rather than 2 individual maps in your inventory.
Yeah. I don't know. I would love to see, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see treasure map stack, but I have this feeling that that's one of those things that they're going to really hold out on. They're going to be like, no.
Yeah. Maybe. You could be right.
Yeah.
So. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
It says, the great additions that we've mentioned, almost all of them are entirely free, which is great. That's part of that update 46 sort of deep dive here that we've been doing a little bit. It includes the map improvements as well, some UI adjustments. If you haven't taken a look at the UI, it is a little bit different, a little bit more square, a little bit cleaner. And also, the other big adjustment was to that green champion tree. So now we have an additional thing in the champion tree that allows you to actually level skills and stuff a little bit faster, which goes alongside that subclassing piece that we've gotten. So,
small bit of follow up on the stackable thing. I was responding in chat, so I remember them talking about how once an item exists in the game, it is extremely difficult for whatever technical reasons to just turn stacking on. That's why everything
Yeah.
had to become a new item that could stack. So they needed like treasure maps and well, surveys already do, but treasure maps will have to come in the same mechanism where you're just going to have to get some new item that is a rando treasure map of the zone.
I'd be curious to know like how much like load that puts on the server, having to differentiate between is this a stackable or a non-stackable. Like think about like every single consumable item that gives you like a survey or a map, they're going to give you a duplicate of now, or it's like there's going to be a second version of it. How much load does that put on the server to be like, okay, well, all of these XYZ characters over here, they've all got the non-stackable ones, but all of these ABC characters over here have the stackable ones. They're both going to the same location, and like eventually there's going to have to be a point where they're going to have to delete the old maps, the old assets, or you're going to end up with this weird spaghetti thing of like this references this, but this one stacks, this one doesn't. These ones are worth these amounts. They're two different items. How do they load?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
so
did that with
the
jewelry.
rest of the game.
Yes, but
I think it'll be
I like
similar to
that.
the way they handle jewelry, because I still have jewelry I can't deconstruct because it's
that's true.
Somerset. So I think it'll just work itself out that way. Oh yeah,
there's jewelry that you can't deconstruct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, anything
God,
that was
I have it on
released prior to
PlayStation.
Somerset.
Anything that was pre-Somerset, you can't decon. Only what came after. And it
I
will
thought
literally
jewelry
say at
was
the
in
top.
Somerset.
It will say
Right in the middle.
this item cannot be deconstructed.
Deconstructed. Yep.
I thought jewelry arrived in Somerset. I didn't think we had jewelry before that.
Oh no, it was just drops only.
Drops only. So
Couldn't
like if
craft
you
it.
wanted to get jewelry, you were doing a trial or a dungeon and you were crossing your fingers.
I remember that. I remember
Yep.
And there's no
trials,
upgrades.
dungeons,
You had to do vet
farming.
for purple.
Vet for purple. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay. So this is
Wild.
obviously long before I started like actually farming for stuff.
Yeah.
But that was a thing. This would have been in the period of time where I didn't know what potions and
7 years ago.
that would have been about the time when I didn't know what potions and food was. What's a war tort?
Sigic ambrosia. What's that?
Our guild
What does
started
it
in
do
the
to you?
prime time of life.
Yeah.
Loreseekers came into being with jewelry crafting.
That's true.
That's true, actually. Yeah, very good point. On the note of subclassing and new big changes that have come up, Bacon,
Oh boy.
how much subclassing stuff have you dabbled in?
A little bit.
A little bit? Minwee?
Oh, I'm all in.
Yeah? You're like all in, fully submerged?
That's all the way, yes. I
All the way.
have all 20 slots. I have every class. All the skill lines were maxed. I went in, logged in with everybody, got my 50 achievements immediately, and the world is my oyster. Whatever I want to do on any character, I can do it.
He wasted no time. I don't think we barely heard from him all day the day that dropped. He was like all in.
That actually is very true. We didn't
Oh,
get
yeah.
much from you.
As soon as that patch was out, I'm like, where's my Nightblade? He's getting a beam.
Well, on that note then, would you like to enlighten our lovely viewers about the subclassing system? Seeing as you're all in 20...
I can speak to 80% of it. Because I have all the skill lines unlocked, I don't know exactly what happens if you try to pick one that you don't know. I believe you have to rank up a skill line to 50 before it's even an option, period, for subclassing. So if you've never played a Templar, like I believe Crazy has not played a Templar or a Necro, those skill lines are off limits. You can't even pick them to start leveling for subclassing. Is that true?
I think you just have to have a character that is that, and then they will go alongside, if I remember correctly. So this is one of the pieces that was confusing about subclassing. but, and I do have a Templar and I do have a Necro, but I just never play them, by the way.
Okay.
Because I could select, now that I think about it, I could select my Templar, I believe. Hold, please. I think it actually tells us about this in here. Carry on. Talk about what your experience has been, and I'll see if I can find the answer to that, because there is an answer, but I just can't remember because it's confusing.
Well, yeah, there are various ways to look at subclassing.
Mm-hmm.
Some players want to just do the min-max. Give me like a meta DPS build, or a meta tank build, or a meta healer build. Like, give me the 3 skill lines that are gonna like make me perform how best I can perform. Or maybe just a tinge off to the side of that is, give me the skill lines that I can operate more efficiently with, or I like to do. I played as a Nightblade main since the year one, since one Tamriel, basically. I had a Sork and a Dragon Knight. They were okay. Nightblade I tried after that and I fell in love with it. But it was really hardcore focused on doing the stealthy things and single target damage and stuff. Then it came the Arcanist not too long ago, and the rotation of the skills and stuff. I just fell in love with it. It just felt natural. It felt great. It's like it opened up a new joy of the gaming rotation for me. So I wanted to bring that to my Nightblade, and I couldn't, so I played on my Arcanist most of the time. The Nightblade, my main, has done everything. Still learn all the crafting motifs and stuff. I'm down to like four motifs I don't know. But the Arcanist, because it's a newer character, also had the privilege of going and questing and doing things for the first time. And basically you hit 3 buttons and everything in front of you is gone and is glowing, waiting for pickup. And I adore it. I'm like, yes, I've spent my ESO career getting to this point where I could just nuke everything in front of me, and it just feels awesome. So having to be able to bring that now into my Nightblade and have a similar feel to it, that's spectacular. I mean, I could just go around almost verbatim what my Arcanist was running. Not exactly verbatim. The Arcanist skill lines give you some extra bonuses that the Nightblade I can't take advantage of because I can only pick one line. But it's really been quite a joy seeing that stuff come in. That's me and my desire to see a rotation come to fruition that, yes, cranks out a lot of damage, but also feels great in the rotation where I don't feel like I have to stress about hitting every beat on every rotation of skills and stuff. I can be more lax in the way that I hit them. Some people have embraced like, okay, I want every pet. Give me all the pets. And as a matter of fact, this last patch, they just bumped up the pet cap in PvP to 10. It was limited to 5 at first, probably just for performance, but some people just want to do like full Necro, Warden, etc. Just give me all the things, and Sork, for the Flappy Bird.
Wow.
I've seen several people that have been running elementals. Like, let me get the Dragonite fire going with like maybe some Warden Frosty, and that kind of combination looks really cool when they go off. So there's all sorts of ways to play the subclass to your benefit. I think a lot of people are just doing it for the sake of enjoyment. Like, check this out. I really like this. It might not hit the hardest. It might not do the greatest, as far as a purposed role, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right on.
So I have our answer, which is what I thought, because my Templar is not at 50 and neither is my Necromancer or anything like that. So this is where it's a little bit, or has seemed a little bit confusing. You have to have a character at level 50 before you can unlock subclassing. However, let's say that you have a Templar who's a level 3. They don't have to be 50 for you to use Templar skills.
Mm-hmm.
You can unlock the Templar skill lines, and then you will have to level it automatically. The only time that it becomes fully unlocked is if my Templar was already like at 50 or whatever. Then I think it would automatically be there if I was unlocking it, but I would have to go back and re-level everything accordingly using the 2 skill points for each time I make the selection or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah, everything
Sort
is
of.
grayed out.
Mostly.
from the get-go. So everything's grayed out from the get-go. If you have level 50 on that skill tree, then you can level everything up to the very top. And you have to level every tree every time.
Yes. So you have to retain one of your original class skill lines. And then if
Yep.
you've already leveled a class skill line to level 50 on another character, that will automatically be available for subclassing, and you don't have to level it again.
Well, you do, because even if you pick it, there's a one-time
Like a
skill.
respec, right?
Well, it's whenever you add on a subclass, it becomes a subclassed skill line. All of your account shares that subclass skill line progress. So no matter where you put it on afterwards, it'll always be at that level. You
Yeah,
just have
that's
to,
what I'm-
you have
that's
to
what I
go
mean.
working the skill line again.
So you could go
Yes.
through on one character and just level all your subclassing skill
Oh, yeah.
trees, and then just
Yeah.
go
I
to
did
any
8 of
character
them.
and just open them all up, and they're there.
Correct. Yes.
So you don't
yes,
have to
yes.
And then-
0 to 0. You don't have to 0 to 50 the line on every character. It's account wide
On the
For the subclass
subclassing
itself,
on
yeah.
the sub
on the subclass
the
on the
subclassing.
subclassing side. Yeah.
And
Yes.
Wygo in chat said the same. He did the same thing. A lot of people do. They were queuing up all of their master writs because they give such good XP that
Yeah.
we just put on the skill line, hammered a few writs, put all the skills on the line as we unlock them, hammer out the
Yeah.
writs, get it to 50, dump the skill line, get the next subclass line going, do the same
Yep.
thing.
Yeah. So you do have to level it one time under subclassing, but once it's done, and it's account wide. So that's where it's confusing. Sorry, I explained it poorly. That's a much better way of
No.
explaining it.
This whole system
So-
is hard to explain
Yeah.
because it. Yeah. But that's good.
So
I
it
didn't realize that
it
was
doesn't
account
matter
wide.
if your Templar or whatever has already leveled it to 50.
Yeah.
You still have to start, and if you're adding it into the subclass system under your Nightblade, it's got to go to 50 again. But once you do it under subclassing, then it's available.
Yeah. Once your Nightblade subclass is your
Right.
DK skill tree line to 50, your
Yeah, then
Arcanist
everyone
can
can use
go
it.
and grab
Then
that
everyone
DK
can use
skill
it.
line, and
Mhm.
Yes.
it's unlocked 100% for that person.
Yes. So that's
Got
where
it.
it's confusing because people think they have to re-level it every time that they're
well, and that's how
subclassing
they
with a new
sold-
character.
That's how
But
they
you-
sold it too when they announced it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kind of.
Yeah.
The part that I think where my confusion is because I can't go back in history to know this, but let's say you have a Sork and your sorcerer has never used Daedric Summoning. So it's at like level 3 skill line for Daedric Summoning. Whereas Dark Magic and Stormcalling you get at 50 because you use those skills all the time and you've leveled them up. I don't think Daedric Summoning becomes available for subclassing. I think you have to get that up to 50 before it becomes available.
I don't think so because it wouldn't affect
No?
it wouldn't affect anything on your Sork side because it's
Yeah.
it's now its own separate tree. It's not
Okay.
the Sork line anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
I think I don't think you have to have
That's what I was-
known.
I would have to double check it on my account because I am one of those people that has not leveled my Templar to 50, but I'm pretty sure I could still take Templar subclassing because I have a Templar.
Okay. Well, that's good.
But I would want to double check that. So
And also, your
Yeah.
skill lines might be 50, whereas your character is not.
right.
Okay, so
Well,
Waygor says
that's true too.
in chat here, I think you're right. Both the character and the skill line have to be 50
Yeah.
to allow it to be subclassed.
So
I
if
want to
you've never
log
played
in
a
so
Necro,
bad, but I don't want to bork our stream.
yeah, that's fine. So let's say you have no Necro, you go make a Necro. That doesn't mean you get your 3 classes for skill
No.
subclassing. You have to work
Yeah.
those skill lines up on the Necro first. Then you can go to other people and start using it.
Okay. Okay.
I happen to be in the spoiled behavior of I had them all at 50 already because I
Yeah.
played a lot of characters. So I was
Yeah.
fortunate, but now I don't know the answer to that. So thank you for the
And
the response. in
I
chat there.
guess truly I don't actually know that because now that I think about it, I took my Arcanist skills, which my Arcanist skills
And
are
you're done.
50.
Yeah.
So I guess you're right. Sorry, everyone. We promise we do play the game and we do read the content releases. It's just subclassing was a little confusing without getting on PTS and seeing how everything started off at the
Right.
base.
100%. I will say, on the note of subclassing, and everyone has their different variants, if you're listening to the show on the podcast, drop us a comment in the podcast and tell us what your favorite subclass combo is right now, and maybe just a brief little why. So what are you
Sure.
currently running subclassed, and why do you love that combination? We'd love to hear from you guys, and I think we can read some of those things out on the next episode, because I'd love to hear what some of people's different
Absolutely.
subclasses are. What is everyone running? Because the cool thing about this is now, how many different classes do we have? We have
7.
7 classes at 3 per.
Yep.
So
Yep. Some,
7
plus
threes
you
is
have
20.
you have skill lines that aren't part of this as well.
Times
Like there
5,
are skills
yeah.
like banner bearer and things where I think it was Skinny that produced a spreadsheet and it was like 3,200 combos
Yeah, it's wild.
That's insane.
based on what order you pick. Yeah, it's awesome.
That's insane.
But then
Yeah.
give the dev credit. Give the devs credit for like trying their best to at least balance it as good as they could, so that you weren't. I mean, when this thing first hit PTS, it was ridiculous damage. So they did some pretty good balance work, but it's still fun. You still do great.
Yeah. The thing that I love about this, like the subclassing secrets sort of share that they're talking about, because we've been going for a while on it, so we don't need to read it like word for word. But one of the things that I see in here that I love is they say, once utilize your new skill lines, look and behave like any other class skill lines you have experienced previously. And the reason that they did that, it says, one of the primary questions early on was, what should a subclass player have access to? Should it include all of the passives, abilities, and ultimate? Should the abilities function differently if they're subclassed or not? We decided to maintain continuity between the abilities so your experience with the skill lines was consistent.
It makes sense that they would do it that way too, because it's like,
Yeah.
I pair these skills, or sorry, these passives with these skills for this reason. If you took those away from me, I'd be like, well, then if I'm a Dragon Knight, where
Why
am
am I
I
doing
getting
this?
all of where? Yeah, well, like why?
The
Where's
buffs.
my
Yeah.
where's my Magicka buff for ranged attack? I'm a Sork,
Yeah.
and I want to use a Sork tree.
Yeah.
So
Well, and it says it gave value to the long-term players who already know those things. So it made the system still make sense for the people that have been utilizing multiple characters like Minhui has for forever. Makes sense because you know those things already. You can go in and you can just re-level everything and have fun and do your role play or whatever you're doing or whatever you're using the subclassing system. But then for new people, it's still okay because they don't really see the change because they're learning it as is. So it's not like they're coming into this having it be completely different, you know? So I think that's great that they made it so that you can jump right in, even if you're new or existing, and it will still be relevant to you and you won't feel like, oh, I'm starting over with something new. I mean, we already are, because as you can tell, there was a little bit of confusion in general about the system. I've used it and I'm still a little confused, which that isn't a hard knock on the devs, right? That is just a fact of when you've played for so long with a set of skills and you have characters that are fully leveled. As bad as it sounds, you don't really pay attention when you go in and you're like, I just want that skill. I'm going to select it. Now I'm going to level it, versus someone who's starting with this system at its base value. I'm sure it's going to be a different sort of situation for people. When I go and I mess with my Templar skill lines will be when I'm really confused, because that will be how I figured that out. But I like that. And I liked that they wanted to go with the design philosophy of like, you can either keep how your character is designed now, same design philosophy, or you can do something completely different if you're a role player, or completely different if you want to see how, you know, elemental skills look together or whatever. So I think that that's great because it hits all of the pieces of the community in a way. It hits the people who are wanting a power creep. It hits the people that are wanting role play. It hits the people that just want to look at something pretty. And it kind of does a big swoop with it and takes care of it overall. And keeping it consistent overall helps with that, I think.
So a couple follow-ups to that. First and foremost would be what Peanut had said about, you know, engage with us and tell us what your 3 choices are. And if you can name it, that's even better. And we're curious how you use them, because they do store in the armory. So if you save it as a slot, you might say, I want this for my overland because I just want to go through lightning storming everything and just crystal blasting the heck out of everything because it's really fun to watch things explode. but it's not real viable in dungeons. So you might have a dungeon build to do something a little bit different, or maybe you got like Arcanist beaming or something like that. It could be situational where your slots are dedicated to different purposes, and maybe you want to convert your character into a full-time healer as a slot. There's those kind of options too. And then a side benefit to subclassing, I believe, is we're going to see the payoff with the next Vengeance test, where they want to treat skill lines with subclassing as options that are neutered, so that the same way their initial Vengeance campaign worked, where you have your class identity, but you tone it down so we're not hammering the server with all these extra calculations. In subclassing, they can do the same thing, and it might change like the bag of marbles for how you want to go about doing your business in Cyrodiil. You might have to pick and choose very carefully because of the way that these things are getting altered for the Cyrodiil experience.
Do you think we could see like a skill lineup that is just PvP focused?
Oh, absolutely.
So like to take from that subclassing system that they're building right now, being like, okay, so now everybody has a subclass that's PvP focused. It's Cyrodiil. Basically kind of like what we already have in
with the armory.
Yeah, well, no, sorry, with the assault and support trees.
Correct.
But now even further of being like, we're taking those passives will remain. We're going to give you, 3 skill trees. And that's all you get. That's your PvP, is those 3 skill trees and class sets. That's it.
Could be.
Yeah. So interesting. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how subclassing performs in Cyrodiil during a major PvP event, because I can imagine there's already now a lot of calculations coming in.
Yeah, I think PvPers generally run the same kind of things, other than the actual gear itself changing the way you operate.
Yeah.
I think most of them are going to migrate towards like the same 2 or 3 skill lines, so it's going to be all the same calcs that are going through anyway.
Yeah.
You used to play DK a lot, right? Didn't you really enjoy DKs?
I love the leap.
Like the tankiness? Yeah.
The leap and the tank. Yeah. And then, I also, back when Bobo Wardens were an actual thing, I loved my Bobo Warden poison and shot back, because there was the 2 bows that complemented one another on either side. So you'd knock them back, you'd deal extra damage with that, and then you'd hit them with a poison, and then you just start just pummeling them. And I used to drop people left, right, and center, and then it got nerfed. That's actually that was when that happened. That was actually when that's Killeen Willowwind, my Bosmer. And that was when I converted her to my my crafter. It's basically when they nerfed a bunch of the Warden stuff. I was like, and I'm out.
So now you might be able to take a Warden skill line for certain things, like the deep, maybe
the
like
Scourge,
the robust
the beetles
buffing. Well, that too. The shocks are definitely, they hurt, but I was thinking like you could use like a combo of Warden and Dragonite for 2 skill lines to give you like the hardiness or the buffiness of the defense aspect, and then you can have another tier that is like, okay, now here's what I'm going to do for like, we're just going to poison the crap out of somebody.
What's the name of the skill that puts the giant wings behind you and makes you run fast?
Oh, Falcon Swiftness or whatever.
Yeah, imagine a Falcon swifting into a group and then just dragon leaping into a group of players and just having them all bounce back, and then dropping a whirlwind, whatever, from the Sork tree, or big storm meteor.
Yeah, that's true, because you can run really fast and you have immunity while that thing's running, so you can like run through a gate at a keep and then dragon leap somebody on the inside.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Lock them down with Daedric Curse or something like that.
And then 4 hours later, when your bear finally catches up to you, It can start
Yeah.
gnawing on people.
And then he explodes because the curse never went off when it was supposed to. So he shows up behind you and goes, pop! You're like, what the hell? Oh, man. That's so good. That's so good. Love it. Bacon, is there anything you wanted to add in there?
I love my Arcanist beam.
Love it.
I love my Nightblade. And now she has Bosmer beam.
Bosmer beam.
Is it blue? Is it a blue Bosmer beam?
It's a blue
Don't
Bosmer
hit
beam.
the trees.
Blue Bosmer beam. Avoid all trees at all costs.
It's the
Dawnwood
BBB.
blue. It's Dawnwood blue.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Bosmer
That's
beam.
enough Bosmer. That's enough Bosmer for you, you weird
Now
short.
share with
Bosmer?
everybody where you use it the most.
What do you mean?
In that
Crafting
one arena.
location.
Crafting station. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take one for the team.
About time.
When
Yep.
you're using a controller,
That
I
is your
put
first
it
problem.
in a particular spot, and it just happens to also be the back out button out of the crafting station.
What? That's you?
I think Wagor's been like, who the hell is this person sitting here blue beaming the crafting?
I actually do have a confession. Wagor, you actually were there the other day when that happened accidentally. Because I actually saw you, and I stopped in front of you, and I went
No,
like this, and then you poured.
You more went.
You poured it out, and I was like, bye. Yeah, actually, so I use circle to exit out of my menus, and also that's accidentally set as my beam right now. So sometimes I get a little button happy, and I'm like circle beam,
crafting.
and I'm like ah! So then I'm like dodge rolling to stop it or blocking or something. So
There are
my
bounty
bad.
sheets
Yeah.
hanging up all over Skingrad for her picture.
Yeah.
Have you seen the chronic beamer?
And I'm like,
just pulls the handle up on the seat and just lowers. Actually, I wouldn't be
I just
surprised if your
leave.
seat's already lowered all the way down.
I'm short, okay.
I know. It's too good. Right on. There is a ton of amazing new features that have showed up in update 46, and those of you guys that are on console, you guys are going to be getting access to that very, very soon. So it's the 18th. You guys are going to get that unlocked. That's only just a couple days away. So make sure you have your hard drives ready and cleared. Just a little friendly reminder to those console people, because I've been.
Oh no!
Don't forget, yeah, you got to download the entirety of that update to your console, and then it sorts itself out. That's a thing. So prep your hard drives, get them ready for the update. Very good chance, though, by the time this episode releases, you guys will already be ankles deep in the Murkmire swampiness that is subclassing, and I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just going to stop.
I was going to say this hyperbole.
I was like, what's happening? What's happening? What did you get from behind the bar?
Oh,
Was
the
it Jaga?
Cyrodiilic. No, it was the Cyrodiilic whiskey. You know, the special
I thought
batch.
Sadre drank all that. Did you just hide a
Yeah.
bottle somewhere?
No, he drank it all. I ordered a bunch more, and now I just keep drinking it. Oh. A little spawnling has showed up. So,
Well,
Crown
should
Store
we-
Showcase. Let's
Yeah.
talk Crown Store.
Let's cruise through there. I think there's some repeat items in there.
Ooh. Yeah, you'll probably be able to pick out the repeat items pretty quickly, hey? Here we go. There it is. Crown
Yeah, I can tell you
Store
exactly where they are because it'll say returning.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot they added that in. Okay. Smarty pants. First time on the episode, and he's just like, yeah, I could do that.
I'll cheat. I'm not above it.
Hey, look, it says new items right there on the list. Chat, everybody. we have a bunch of new items that are showing up. So ESO Plus exclusives. If you are running ESO Plus right now, these are exclusive items that are available for free at a deep discount of crowns in the crown store. So we'll go through those quickly. The ESO Plus exclusives are the painting Shadowfen and Myerscape. That's actually a cool looking painting. I like that kind of panoramic trees and stuff. That actually looks really neat.
Very Shadowfen-y.
So that is available for free to ESO Plus members in the Crown store right now. So go ahead and grab it. It goes away on the 19th of June. So make sure you grab it before then. That's on Thursday. Statuette, the High Elf Mage. The High Elf Mage is currently available for free as well. Make sure you get that. And that also goes away on Thursday the 19th.
Nope. That shows up on Thursday.
I stand corrected. That shows up on Thursday the 19th until the 31st of July. And then the Furnishing Vault. You know that thing we talked about earlier in the episode? In all of its glory and goodness. There it is.
Toasty. What's in the box?
All of my junk. Everything. Like literally all this stuff. I think there might even be some half-melted candles in there and some skeletons in this closet.
Oof.
Yeah.
There'll be some incense.
there might also be incense in there too, and maybe a few portals, and a wreath.
Nice.
And some cake. There might be some moldy cake in there.
And a whole lot of anniversary jubilee things.
You can add the Furnishing Vault to multiple homes, plus retain access to stored items, even if the vault isn't placed. You use either the Place Vault or the Editor menu to retrieve, place, and or store items. The vault holds furnishings only. You cannot shove your Azabi and Fazez into the vault. It will not work.
And also, it does function, even though it's hilarious to think of that.
You in the vault? Why?
I swear, if you lock me in the vault in the tavern, we're gonna have a problem.
I already have a room sorted out in that endless hole of a vault. It's a tree.
I like trees.
It's on fire, burning, and covered in disgusting rotten sap dripping down the walls.
Oh.
You're sending me to City of Ash too?
Yeah, right?
That's mean. You're mean.
So fear not there, peeps. Everything you put in there, even if you forget and drop your ESO Plus, you can still withdraw them.
That's a really good point. That was the point I wanted to make, but we got sidetracked about the amazingness of the vault. Is yes, to jump off of that a little bit. Much like the crafting bag with ESO Plus, it works the same way. You can take from it, you just will not be able to add back into it while you don't have an ESO Plus subscription. So definitely, exactly what you said, do not fear. You're not going to all of a sudden just log in one day and be like, you have 565,000 items in your pocket right now. And you're like, wait, what? No, it won't do that to you. Yeah, you can pull, but you can't put in if you don't have ESO Plus running. So that's actually a really good point, and we should have mentioned that earlier in the episode, but we didn't. Costumes. Why does this costume look familiar?
Because
there was a slightly similar-ish one. I don't remember what it was called.
Hang on.
Well,
no,
the hat,
I'm going from a different
reminds
game.
me of the witch's hat. You're thinking of a different game?
I'm thinking of a different game. Hang on.
What game are you thinking of?
Something Hunter.
Also, is
No.
anybody worried about the fact that there's all these dead people around that guy?
Well, I mean,
Look at the picture.
think about where he is and what he's doing.
Okay, guess that's fair.
He's working his what's the group of people that came there? Coralania. He's working his Coralania magic.
Yeah, but he's not there. That's not where he is. He looks like he's in Skingrad.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, that ain't gonna go over too well, is it?
Naughty, naughty.
Ooh. What's that?
Anyway.
So I don't know why, but I got this kind of vibe. So this is from an old game called Fable.
Oh.
For some reason, minus the hat, that outfit gave me Fable vibes.
It's the color. It's like inverted.
Is it the coloring? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the lightning magic, I think.
Yep. All right, that's all I have to say about that. Interact. There we go. Crap. So this is. Oh, let's actually talk about this. The new Mage's Guildmaster garb costume is don these robes to invoke the gravitas of the Guildmaster Vanus Galarian, and without all that tedious studying. The new Mage's Guildmaster garb costume will be available in the Crown Store on all platforms for a limited time, 10 a.m. on June 12th until the 19th. So get it quickly because it's going to be leaving the store very soon. I might actually pick that one up.
3 days.
Cool looking, but it's pricey.
Is it?
I think it's 4,000. 4,000.
4,000.
Okay, I might not actually be getting it then. I might just buy Crown Crates. If you're like some of the people out there and you absolutely have this love for Tideborn Argonian outfits, guess what? We got more.
Well, these are the first. This is the first ones, right?
I was gonna say, is it Shishka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tideborns are the
Shiksha?
brand new Argonians that are on Solstice that we've
Well, I
was
not
gonna say
seen.
The ancient
So
Argonians.
Well,
Ancient.
okay, sorry.
Wait, no, we already have an
Pre-Duskfall
ancient Argonian.
Argonians. Pre-Duskfall Argonians.
Okay.
So
Shiksha
if you want to
arms.
shake your tail feather,
Yeah, literally. You can head on over to the Crown Store from 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, June 2nd, until 2 a.m. on June 18th. What a weird time.
no, that's when the drops are. So once the patch hits, that's when you're able to get it.
Oh, the server updates at 2 o'clock in the morning. Eastern
Yes.
Daylight. Got it. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like,
So-
why?
Yeah. So once your ESO update 46 launches, this will be available for you. And it's also the same motif that you can get by doing the dailies in Solstice.
I've sold quite a few of these already.
Show off.
Yeah.
You've sold
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah, you do the boss daily and the delve daily, you have a chance of a drop once a day to get a
Okay.
motif.
I shouldn't say this, but how many times have we done that, Minwi? Probably 5?
I don't know. You probably got like
6?
4 or 5 of them already. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only been one time that I have not pulled.
I need your
One of
RNG
these.
because I'm still working on the Westfield stuff.
Oh, me
all
too.
do.
Me too.
They
my RNG
dialed those
is
drops
bad.
right down.
Yeah, my RNG's bad over there, but the Tideborn stuff I've been pretty lucky with. The problem is I haven't been eating it myself. I've been selling it, which surely means that now I'm never going to get it.
No, you'll get them because the prices will drop.
Well, yeah. But hey,
And then you
thanks
turn around
everybody
and
for buying my
Get them
pages.
for a fraction, right?
Thank you for supporting the bacon and Holler franchise.
Thank you for supporting the Loreseekers. Thank you.
So houses, there's a new house showing up, which is the Bismuth Steam Baths. Once a relaxing getaway for the Corellanian nobles, these elegant retreat features an outdoor pool along the shore, indoor steam baths, and spacious facilities that allow even the most battle-worn adventurer to treat themselves. The new
Toasty, this
Bismuth-
one's right up your alley.
Why? Because it's steam baths and tropical coastlines?
Yup.
Oh, okay, cool. I love it. It's going to remind me of Thailand.
Yup.
Yup.
You can preview it immediately. It's pretty neat looking.
I'll have to go take a look at this. So the new Bismuth Steam Baths home will be available in the Crown Store on PC and Mac starting at 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on June 2nd, and will also be available in the Crown Store on Xbox PlayStation on June 18th at 2 a.m. when the Update 46 drops for you folk. Skill
That's what
styles.
The inside
Sorry,
of
go
the
ahead.
house is kind of like the Sijic Villa-ish.
Mhm.
It's real close to the
Yeah.
Sijic Villa with a couple extra rooms to the sides.
I don't need a new house. I have so many empty houses. I might be
But
buying this
pool-
house.
But
Pool
there's
party.
a cool pool. Oh yeah, we're gonna get our pool party on in that
Yeah.
place.
This one's the one that's available for gold, right? When we complete the zone.
Until Thursday. No, this one's
Wait,
crown.
the skill style?
No, this house.
Oh yes, the
Right?
house is available once you complete for gold. It's like 1.2 million, I think.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
It'll always be available for gold?
Unfurnished, yes.
Unfurnished.
Okay.
So furnished is crown only.
Right on. Dawnbreaker, Flawless Dawnbreaker is getting a new vibrant yellow skill style.
Bam.
Because if you didn't have enough yellow already in Dawnbreaker, now you got even more.
That's Meridia's weapon, right? If I remember. Yeah. So let your Meridia shine.
There you go. That will be available in the Crown Store on all platforms for a little limited time, 10 a.m. June 12th until June 19th. It's blinding
it's
my
pretty
eyes.
bright. It must be pretty bright.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That is an angry
Yeah, here
looking
we go.
kitty. That is an angry looking scorpion kitty.
Yep. With
Those are-
talons.
Wow.
I really want to know what the devs were thinking when they came up with Therickers. When I saw them in Westfield, I was like, what in the what?
Every time I ride my Theriker, I think of the little scorpion tail like stabbing me in the back all the time.
Right?
I'm like, this is a terrible, terrible situation. Why would anyone
As
ride this
someone-
creature?
As someone who's actually been stung by a scorpion, I find that frightening.
Are they painful?
Horrifying. Yes. And I almost couldn't drive my car.
Oh my gosh.
It was not good. It was
My
bad.
goodness. I wonder if maybe you have to go to like the Tamrielic surplus store and go get like the end of a pool noodle and stick the end of the pool noodle on the tip of the scorpion.
Yeah, the arcade store has that.
You're like, wait a minute. Arcade Mart. You go and you're like, hey, I
Arcade
need. You're welcome. Got him.
Oh, that's one of the best things I've
You
ever
heard it
heard.
here first, folks. That's the new one. Brought
Here,
to
setting
you
up
by
shop.
Arcade Mart. This episode is brought to you in part by Arcade Mart. For all your latest Tamrielic needs, there's Arcade Mart.
And watch out for our Blue Beam specials.
Blue Beam crafting station specials.
I'm done. I got a mute.
All right. So yeah, I guess after you take the little blue pom-pom thing and stick it on the tip of the of the
Yes.
scorpion, war deserters that huddle for warmth around bitter campfires in the Jural Mountains found common cause with these wild Therickers. The wild magic that created them allows for rapid adaptation to the snowy slopes of their new home. They're basically regular Therickers, but snow Therickers. The new Jural Deserter Theriker mount will be available in the Crown Store on all platforms for a limited time from 10 a.m. Eastern to June 5th until June 12th, which is now long
Is
gone.
gone.
So if you didn't get it, congratulations. You didn't get stabbed in the back by the scorpion.
Got it. You gotta wait till we restock at Arcade Mart.
Stop that, because you know what's going to happen? We're going to end up switching to a slide one of these episodes, and then the top there is just going to be a big red dot that just says Arcade Mart on it, and then a blue freaking border and a big stone walled windowed place and a bunch of Tamrielic citizens wandering in and out of it with their plastic shopping baskets. We've modernized, okay? In the window
boy.
of the Arcade Mart is going to be a bunch of trebuchets and ballistas.
Broken ones, of course.
Of course, yes, because all the good ones are over in Cyrodiil right now.
Bunch of horse carts with one wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Special mounts and whatnot that nobody uses. They're going to be like deep
They're-
discounts. They're just the ugly mounts that no one ever uses. Just sitting
There's
Across the-
feed bags.
Across the street is Stendar store.
Stendar Studies. Oh man. All right, returning items. Minwee, hit it. What's coming back?
Ooh, the Azure Blight Spriggan, the polymorph, and its Wild Hunt Steed correspondent. You know, every time I look at that thing, I am so tempted to buy it.
It's the blue
But
one,
I just
right?
think to myself, like, when am I going to ever use it? Like, I'm not going to turn myself into a twig. It's just, I'm not going to go strutting through, Tamriel looking like a pile of sticks. But it's.
Can you see
just
through my holes?
The glow is so neat. I love that deep blue that comes out of that
What?
thing. It's just so cool. Just
It's a
no,
Spriggan.
no.
They're like tangled. They're tangled twigs. You can see through the
And
twig
onto
body.
costumes.
You can see through. Can you see through my holes in between my twigs?
Boy, your twigs be tangled. Now move on.
So costumes we got coming back. The Elias Spinner's vestments. Also gone.
Because-
Sorry. June 2nd to 9th.
Whew.
The Vine Dusk Vigilant. That's
Also
for our
gone.
Bosmer friends.
Gone.
The Renegade Dragon Priest.
If you're in the episode right now,
Gone
listening, yeah, this is your last
Gone.
chance.
Sorry.
Sorry, we sold out at Arcamart. That shelf is now clear.
Every episode going forward, when something is no longer in the store, we could say sold out, coming in stock soon. I'll get like an in
Starting
stock
today is the
sign.
high-collared coin ball gown, which is kind of neat looking.
Right on.
That's for a week. And the next week, the June 23rd, is the Ancient Sites Explorer. That's kind of neat looking as well. June 26th through July 3rd, we got Jakarn's Ensemble. So Caddy will probably pick that one up. Actually,
Wow,
you know what?
just
Mike,
throwing it right under the bus with that one.
Patty already
Mike,
owns it.
Mike Ajit wears it, actually. It's a really cool looking outfit.
Yeah, I was
love
like,
that
come
costume.
on. Come on.
Man,
It's a
if you're
really
ever
cool
guesting
looking
on our
outfit.
show, we try not to throw other lore seekers under the bus.
No way.
Bacon's like,
know what-
that's completely not true.
You just
And-
straight up like ran right off the mountain on top of a dragon.
On top of a dragon? So I am dragon.
Yeah, I did that. I did that once. It didn't go well. It was for charity though, so it was
I
fine.
remember that. It was a white one, too. Blizzardy. Lastly,
Love
then,
it.
June 30th through July 7th, the Upriver Striped Sash Kilt. So, if you want to, I don't know, maybe you could pretend you're one of the
Scottish.
ancient Argonians on Solstice.
Ancient Scottish Argonian?
Yes.
Oh boy, that accent would be
Yeah.
something.
Can you
I'm
imagine
gonna play.
an
I'm gonna
Argonian
play with
sounding,
it. See what I can come up with.
like, can we do like a riff
it.
off of Sean
Do it.
Connery, like
She's-
some kind of a Argonian theme?
She's got one primed and ready to go. I can see that in her face. She's like, I got one.
I do not know what you're talking about.
It was so hard and so bad. I can't. I'm sorry to anyone in Scotland listening.
They're
Please don't
two
cancel us.
conflicting tones.
Ugh.
Just
Oh,
don't pay
man.
attention
Well-
to my hand motion when I was talking about conflicting tones.
Where are you, Anvil? Oh boy, things are going
carry
south
on.
quickly. Quick, quick,
Yeah.
quick! Scroll down.
How about the adornments?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
those ones?
You can have draping locks.
She just pulls her hair out in front of her. Oh my goodness.
I'm jealous. I got
From
none,
today
so-
until the 23rd.
There you go.
Yeah. And then we got our motifs and outfit styles. You wanna
Yeah,
hit those
got-
up,
Yeah.
Toasty?
Yeah, so we've got the Maw of the Infernal Arm Pack and the Krigeda Arms Pack, which drop on the 2nd to the 9th and the 5th to the 12th. So, Bacon, they are...
We sold out of them.
What was that?
This just in, we're sold out at Arcade.
Gosh.
gosh.
Blue light
Clean
special
up-
on the
clean
Mark
up
of the
it.
Infernal.
Clean up in
And the
aisle
Target
Merkmeyer,
Arms
please.
pack.
Clean up in aisle Merkmeyer.
We are also sold out of the Huntsman crafting motif and the Dramathra crafting motif as of today. So don't expect to find those in store either.
We have one open box item of Huntsman motif left.
There you go. Previously loved. But things that are available starting today. You have the Baron Zadris Arms Pack, the Crown Crafting Motif Welkanar, the Crown Crafting Motif Ancient Orc Style, Gold Road Dragoon Arms Pack. Sorry, the Crafting Motif Ancient Orc starts on the 23rd till the 30th, a short stint. And then the Gold Road Dragoon Arms Pack is June 26th to July 3rd. And those items are both discounted if you're an ESO Plus member, as well as the Welkaner and the Zadris Arms Pack, which are launching today. So if you have ESO Plus, you're going to get a discount on it. So, and then we've also got, starting on the 26th, the Enelkark's
Annihilarch.
Chosen. Annihilarch? Is it Annihilarch or Anelkark?
Like
Anelkark?
Annihilation. Annihilarch.
Don't.
Chosen.
No more announcer
This
voice.
just in. This just in. On
Peanut doesn't
aisle
know how to say
7, we
words.
now have Dwemer Drops featured on the end cap. If you'd like to pick up your Dwemer Drops, get them before they sell out on the end cap of aisle 7. I'm looking at you, Mr. Peanut.
You kidding me? I already bought the whole end cap. You're going to restock. This just in. We're now out of stock of Dwemer Drops.
This just in. Take them then. Don't forget your marbles. That's the trick.
And then we have order hour.
Go ahead.
You guys
you're
good?
fine.
You
No,
good?
you're
Okay. The
I
order
just laughed
hour
that there was
style.
just this odd silence, and then you just like, and then we've got
The order hour style at June 30th through the July 7th. You know what? The motif is pretty cool looking. I mean, you might not be into the hourglass, but the color schemes are fairly.
I'm not big on the
Really
hourglass
pretty.
feature.
Yeah. It's got a really cool blue and gold thing going on for it, though.
That's fair.
Also
Polymorph.
next week.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Back totem. Anybody like to get their strut on as a huge robot? Do a little roboto through the.
I never understood that polymorph, honestly.
Well, it's Solthasil. No, it's not meant to be understood.
It's like, is it just me, or is Sothasil and Morrowind kind of like ESO's excuse to add steampunk into the game?
Kind of, but
little
also
bit.
there was a purpose
The
for
Dwemer?
it.
Yeah.
Those
The
are
Dwemer, I
in
think
there
we're
too.
steampunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also that whole tie-in with like the Somerset chapter and all that stuff, like it makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Sense.
You know, remember how like a few episodes ago I said how I didn't like vampires and werewolves in fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also don't like
Steampunk.
steampunk?
No. No. But that's
Have you
just
done
me.
those? Have you done that quest line?
What's the answer to that question, Bacon?
No.
It's like
It's
the
okay.
sci-fi of Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Without being science fiction.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's basically like,
basically.
let's use magic to be an excuse for science fiction and call it magic. And everything's controlled
Sure.
by... Anyways, I'm not going to sit here and slam ESO's
Yeah.
steampunkish stuff, but just...
You better
yeah.
not. There's all them Sothasil lovers out there. They're coming for you. And like I said, we are not the Tribunal.
We are not
Yes.
the Tribunal.
You want to cover mounts?
I can cover those mounts. Yep. Yep, the thing.
Sounded like there was gonna be a follow-up, and then there wasn't.
There
People are gonna
was,
be
I
like,
I
"What is
filtered
wrong
myself.
with these
I
three?"
filtered myself. Based on Quasigriff, if you ever wanted to ride a griffin eagle bird, well, now you can have a funny looking griffin eagle bird, a quasi griff. Wait, quasi is 4, 5, 5.
4. But
4.
I think the quasi means it's half griff.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be a quarter?
It's
a griffin,
No,
an
no,
eagle,
quasi
a
means like
lion.
semi, like partially.
Yes,
Oh,
partially.
quasi. Like, it's
yeah.
kind of like a griffin. It's kind of like an eagle, and it's kind of like a
Yeah.
horse and a donkey and a
Let me
mule.
tell you, I can't
Some
wait
chicken
for you to
legs.
pronounce a couple of these in a second. Keep going.
You know what? I surprise you sometimes. Okay.
You do. That's why I want to hear you.
I like the color of the quasi griff.
It is
on
cool.
this, I will say, it
It's
is kind
very
of a cool
vibrant.
color. It is very, very vibrant. Yeah, 100%. The Quasi Griff will be available in the Crown Store on the 26th of June until July 3rd. So another short stint on this one here. And it is discounted for ESO Plus members as well. So make sure if you are into Quasi Griffs, you like the whole Quasi Griff stuff, go pick it up. It's colorful and bright. We have the Dramothra Sench. Was that one you were worried I wasn't going to be able to pronounce? June 9th to June 16th. So if you haven't got it already and you're listening to the episode live on Loreseekers ESO Twitch account live stream, then go right now. Go buy it. ESO Plus discounted. Go get it now. Go. But stay in the stream. You also have the Great Dark Stag, which is from the 12th until the 19th. So that's almost done on Thursday. It's also an ESO Plus discounted item. And Nemoflare Kagudi Fabricant.
All right. Look at this guy. He's
I'm
been
so
practicing.
proud of you.
I love how it took you 3 tries to unmute your microphone because you were
You
so
shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You're talking to me.
The Nemoflare Kagudi Fabricant. It is another steampunk fabricant item. I'm assuming it is a mount. It's a Kagudi, steampunk Kagudi mount. Looks like a guar, but not quite. June 23rd to the 30th, so it's not out yet. And this will be an ESO Plus discounted item. So make sure you go check that out when it comes out and buy it with your crowns, because that's awesome. You also have the Main Lord Nightmare Sench. That is the Nightmare Sench equivalent to the Nightmare Mount that just got removed from the Crown Store, did it not? Did they not just retire the Nightmare Sench? Like 2 episodes ago?
I don't. Maybe.
No. This is the one that's all black except for like the yellow fiery paws and neck.
But this one is the one that has
Yeah.
the mane. The other one doesn't have the mane, so it's almost
Correct.
like a
It's the
masculine,
horse.
feminine sort of
The
vibe.
horse had the fiery mane and the legs, and was just like, rah! I'm a
Oh,
giant
sure.
terror horse.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
Um,
yes.
And it was in the Crown Store for like, it felt like 6 years. It was in like just if you went to the mount section and you went to the horse, and it was just like, there's the golden steed, there is the Cyrodiilic steed. What?
The piebald Destro or whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah.
This
I'm
standard
not
issue.
making fun of you. I'm laughing
You're
with you
making fun of
because
me.
you're pointing out something that is really true that I didn't think about until right now. It's just funny. I love what different people like latch onto. That's what I'm with you for
The
right now.
horse has
I
been
like
in the
those.
store for 6 years.
That's because a horse is a horse,
Probably
of course,
dead.
of course.
It's glue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, if you want a fire kitty, you go get the Nightmare Fire Kitty from the Crown Store on June 30th to July 7th. It's a
Pretty
short
cool
window
looking.
again with that, but it is also an ESO Plus discounted item.
Now for the most
Um,
important thing in the Crown Store.
Go for
Which
it.
is gone. Both of them.
We're so good at this.
Womp womp. But they
Well,
were important.
Yeah, lifing.
Yeah. It's
Jacques
still important. You can
Raz,
say it.
June 9th to
Jacques
16th.
Rouse.
If you're listening to the episode right now, go buy it. Right now. Go. Right now. Go. Don't ask questions. Just go buy it. And the Dramothra Sench Cub are available until the end of the day today. ESO Plus discounted. I might quickly log in and grab Roz just after the show.
He's so cute.
It is. They even made a
What's-
video about him.
What's the event that's going on right now?
Ooh, not yet.
There
Soon.
is no event yet, but I believe Zeal of
No.
Zenithar is coming, right?
Because on the 26th. That's the really big XP one, right? With all the payouts of crafting resources
That's the
and
gold.
stuff.
No, it's just gold.
This is gold. Okay.
Yeah, the April Jubilee is the big do your daily and get a free thingy.
Yep.
Yes.
But Zenithar is where a lot of people get their gold income, like especially new players. They'll get in there and start doing the simple things, and it's like, oh hey, we're getting like lots of gold out of this.
Always love it.
Yeah.
We will not go over the Departing the Crown Store items because you know what we are. There's only 4 items. Bloodroot Spriggan and Bloodroot Wild Hunt Cinch are leaving on June 5th. They're gone. Goodbye. No more available are they. And then motifs on July 7th. The Crown crafting motif, Kindred's Concord, and the Clan Dream Carver crafting motif is going to be gone. Bye-bye. So if you want to get those added to your collections, last chance. Are they discounted?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
think
believe
the
so
initial
because they're
5.
and they're available for Seals of Endeavor as well, so I believe they're not.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Last thing about the Crown Store I'll mention, Thursday is our Crown Crate rollover.
ooh, do we know what's coming up?
Goodbye to those carnivals. It hasn't been announced, so I don't want to say it.
Don't forget,
Oh,
you got to
so-
get your dancey stuff on before it leaves the store.
Yeah, all the dancy,
think I have
the
it now.
fancy furnishings that are available for gems and seals.
Peacock Dance and
Some
Molag
mounts.
Ball
if you're into
Scarp.
it.
Put on the Molag
Yep,
Ball
that's the
polymorph
one.
and do that
Yes.
dance. And
That's
apparently
worth
it
it
is
right
just it
Get
is
your-
scrumptious.
Get your turkey butt outfit.
Yep. Absolutely fantastic.
it.
Right on. Yeah, we nailed that. Bacon, this next one is you have put a
Did
ton
we
of work
do
into
that?
this. You know what?
Sorry,
Chat, did you all have fun?
we did.
Did you all have fun?
I did.
Could we get ones in the chat if you had fun?
Oh no, no!
He did it.
Twos in
He
the
just
chat.
did it.
He
Twos
did that
in
to
the
troll
chat.
me. He did that
I
to
did
troll
too.
me.
I did. Twos in the chat if you were like, can we move on to the next topic, please? Because I have no more entertainment left in my eyes.
Oh boy.
Waco
Sorry,
Run's
you
so
were
much fun.
All right. I didn't mean to cut off your introduction. I have put a lot of work into this. That's all.
Apparently.
Are you muted?
No.
Who?
I'm just
No.
speaking very quietly. Yes. Bacon, you have put a lot of work and a lot of time and energy into getting this sorted, and it all kind of just landed all at once into your lap. And then you were like given no information, and then it was like, okay, if you want to do this, here's everything you need. And then they sent it to you, and then you ran and you took it,
Yeah,
and
well, it's
you
not
have
just
the
me.
honor.
Other-
I didn't really do much about this. This is all pertaining to your area right now. So
Oh,
I
you mean
just read
on
the
our
email.
side? Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. Yes, on our side. So yeah, why don't
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit about what's coming up here very quickly?
All right. So I know that a lot of people were disappointed this year because there was no official North American meetup because unfortunately it got canceled. However, there is an unofficial Elder Scrolls community meetup that is coming as part of GCX in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios. So the GCX community expo is, sorry, I'm reading
As I type.
as you type. Wow. The answer to that is sort of, but no. We're good.
'Kay.
Don't worry. It's okay. So anyway, yes, the GCX, which is a gaming community expo, it is a event here that is where you can explore new games, you can meet different content creators, and you can experience this sort of event where they say gaming gives back. So it is a celebration of all things gaming culture, community, sort of this shared mission as well of making a positive impact on others around the gaming community and how we as gamers can come together. So this one means a lot because it is very similar to sort of the footprint of Extra Life in terms of how it's bringing gamers together in not only their community fold, but also for charity, which is really, really cool. So since there are so many Elder Scrolls Online people that stream for charity, there is a group now that has gotten together, and the Tamriel Guild of Giving has been started and founded, and it currently encompasses a few different charities. So this includes GCX and St. Jude. So, as part of this, one of the first things that the guild is doing is it is hosting a Elder Scrolls space at the GCX expo, if you will. So it's an unofficial meetup, community gathering, and we are trying to spread the word as best as we can across a couple different podcast groups, across a couple different streamers. We are being, sort of coached, if you will, or led by the people at Fallout for Hope. So if you have ever seen the work that they have done with Alzheimer's research and charity fundraising for that with Wes Johnson, and that whole group over there that does all the Fallout for Hope stuff, we're hoping that this sort of becomes the Elder Scrolls version of that, if you will, in some ways. So we are looking to do an unofficial sort of meetup and community gathering with that. The area is going to have so many cool things in it. We are working as hard as we can to make a cool, fun gathering space for people. So there is going to be a tavern there. Hopefully we're going to have some fun activities and some crafting that we can do. I think they were looking into having like a little blacksmith demonstration. Hopefully we can do some calligraphy, things like that. So it's going to be this little tavern space that is going to be there. We're looking at having a Oblivion Gate as well for pictures and sort of like a photo booth scenario. So it's going to be this little tavern space with an Oblivion Gate, and it's this adventure that you go on gathering together as a community. The other thing too is that they have been, I don't know if there's still space for this or not, but they've been looking for these community vendors. If anybody does like artwork for Elder Scrolls or Elder Scrolls Online, or if you want to be part of an exhibitor or things like that, there is a way to do it over a GCX event. Or if you get in contact with me, I can connect you with the right people to make that happen. So the Fallout for Hope crew has been absolutely amazing in helping those of us that are working to plan this together. So if you're interested in that, you can look over at gcxevent.com. Minwee put it in the chat right over there to get tickets for it. Like I said, this is being organized by Fallout for Hope and the Tamriel Guild of Giving. We are doing this on July 25th and 26th. It's a party basically to help benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So it's really cool because we have this sort of 10 years of ESO that has just happened, and then also the 20 years since Oblivion. So it's been kind of an epic, past few years for everybody, which is cool. So everybody's welcome. Please, if you're a cosplayer, if you are a role player, a prop maker, a streamer, a creator, any of those things, come by. We would love to see you. And not only that, there are also some special voice actors that are going to be there for the event with Fallout for Hope and with us. So Neil Kaplan, Paul Eating, Mark Meir, Peter Jessup, Laura Kane, and Jim Ferranda. They have done voiceover work for games. I think a few of them have also done additional voices. I know, I think it might have been Neil Kaplan. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't look into all of their VO back stuff, but I do know some of them have done additional voices for like Gold Road, which is really, really cool. So there's going to be voice actors there that are going to be around and doing meet and greets and things too. Not necessarily in our space, but I mean, they're there, right? They're going to be there as part of the Fallout for Hope stuff and whatnot. There's also an exclusive after party that they do tickets for at Islands of Adventure that goes until 1 a.m., which is really, really neat because you can gather with all of your community peeps and hang out and ride rides and do stuff like that. So you can also find those tickets over at GCXevent.com. Wow, that was a tongue twister for me. And then the other thing too is, let's say you are an Elder Scrolls creator, you are a streamer or something like that. If you would like to apply, I think that you can still potentially get this, but they are doing passes, of course, to qualifying creators. So if you are somebody that would like to be listed on the creator list, to go and get a creator pass, you can apply for that. We do have a link for it. So again, if you can get in contact with me, or you can actually look at it through the GCX site, it does have a creator spot where you can click on that and go through. So lots of different ways to get involved over there. You can come as a guest and just meet up with community people. You can try and come as a creator, or you can just come to the after party if you want to hang out with community peeps. We have a lot of fun things planned. Some things, I think we're looking at trying to build like a quest. The group is looking at building a quest, which is really, really cool.
Cool.
So there's quite a few creators who are all involved together under this sort of Tamriel Guild of Giving footprint, if you will, which is really, really fun. And it's cool to have people coming together. So there is a link tree for the Tamriel Guild of Giving as well. So if you look at Linktree, and then let me find it here. Gosh, where did it go? Did it disappear? Did we actually accidentally get rid of it? I think it's just the Linktree. And then it's either Tamriel GOG or TGOG. Hold please. Where did I put it? I got it. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. I think I accidentally had gotten rid of it. Where did you go? Yes, it's Linktree. Their Linktree is if you search for Linktree and then Tamriel GOG is what it is. And it will take you to the multiple spots. So there is a GCX event wish list. There is also a way to join the Tiltify fundraising team for St. Jude's as well. There's a Blue Sky to follow, an X to follow, an Instagram to follow, and a Twitch channel to follow, because we are planning to do fundraising live at the event as well. So there will be hopefully some streams happening and some things going on over there for fundraising for St. Jude's. So that's part of their initiative while they're there as well. So this thing's pretty cool because it was started locally in like a bar with a bunch of gamers getting together, not like on our side. I mean, GCX in general was started with a bunch of gamers getting together, and then it expanded out from there, which is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to going. We are actually, something that's cool that's happened is we are listed on the creators that are there under the creator thing, which is really, really cool. So if you actually go to the creator community that's there, you can see all the different creators. Maybe there's somebody else that you follow or that you know that's there too. But it is definitely a creator founded event that focuses on the different communities that people game with. And like I said, we're hoping to have quite a few Elder Scrolls people there all together. So if you're interested in more, feel free to give a shout out to either the Tamriel Guild of Giving, or you can feel free to DM me or find me on any of my socials that I'll give at the end of the show and ask all about it. So yeah, kind of a quick plug for it, but hopefully looking forward to seeing some people there. And we'll share more on our social too as it comes closer.
Thank you for that, Minwee, for dropping that in there. Appreciate it. Right on. No, that sounds like super exciting, but I just love how like everything kind of just happened all at once too, which was kind of exciting. And like, it wasn't, yeah, I guess we could make it work for you. It was like, no, we absolutely want you to be there. Like, you need to be there. Like,
yeah, it was really cool. And it's an honor to be helping with part of that stuff. And for us to be asked was really, really neat. So I know that so many people in the ESO community are fundraisers and are what I would say like selfless in so many ways. Like everybody wants to pay it forward and wants to show that gamers can make a difference. And this is just another way for us to do that, which is really, really neat. And it's fun to be not only part of our extra life stuff that we do, but now also to be part of the stuff for St. Jude's, as well. And the Tamriel Guild of Giving, the cool thing about that is that it encompasses multiple charities. So if you go into the Discord once it opens, there is going to be stuff for Voice of Palooza that Wes Johnson does. There's stuff for St. Jude's. There's hopefully going to be stuff eventually put in there for Extra Life. That's kind of something that I keep meaning to get to them so that we can get a little description of Extra Life in there. But yeah, it's been like a rapid dash, if you will, of like, hey, this is happening. Hey, do you want to help with this? Awesome. Okay. You know, everybody's back and forth about, okay, I can cover this. Okay, I can ask about this. Okay, I can try and get sponsors for this. So it's been a very cool teamwork thing. And if you're interested in helping fundraise, join the Tiltify team and see what happens. So
Right on.
it's cool. And I'm really excited to go to GCX. It looks awesome.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Yeah, so if you're interested, follow those links. Go ahead on over there and check that stuff out.
Yeah.
Did you have some lore for us today, or maybe not this episode?
So I didn't write any RP lore just because of life. There was no time.
Okay, that happens.
Yeah, Minwee and I did do a really quick like look through some lore. Like he selected the today feature that we have in our Discord that shows you lore from today, which is cool. And there were some cool things in there, but also there was another little section that he came up with, which is kind of fun. So we can discuss a couple of those if you want, or I know it's been a long stream. We are with three of us, we're chatty this evening. So
Yeah. Yeah, we are. So
yeah, I'm going to keep going if you want. I'll leave it
yeah,
for
this
you
is,
guys to
I think it'll be pretty quick. And we're lore seekers. We gotta do some lore.
Yeah, I know, right? You want to take the holiday? What is
Sure.
today?
Today is the mid-year celebration. It's officially mid-year, everyone. There you go. So it says city temples offer blessings for only half of the donation that they usually suggest. Many so blessed feel confident enough to enter the dangerous dungeons when they are not fully prepared. So this joyous festival has often been known to turn suddenly into a day of defeat and tragedy.
No.
i.e., hey, it's half price to, come to this shrine and pray, so why don't you do that? And then, you know what? You can go into a dungeon. And
Ooh.
take lots of soul gems with you.
Yes.
Oh boy. Are soul
Wow,
gems
that's
half
dark.
price on today too? I
So
hope.
just
half price
off it.
consumption, just
At
break the
Arcade
gem in
Mart.
half and you get two.
Arcade Mart has soul gems in half price.
We sell them at a dozen discount box.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, happy mid-year.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I
So
could have gotten this
also-
photo in, because I found something. I made something.
Oh.
No.
I made something. Hang on. Sorry, chat. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Well, we can let Minwee talk while you're
No, because I
pulling it
had
up.
to.
Yeah, I can.
I had to.
So
get rid-
also
get-
on
get-
this day we have a couple extra things. Now this one is arguably metaphorical, hyperbole, story, fiction. Take it as you will. I like to think of the 2920 series as legit just because it's fun to think of that. It's documented in a way that is so verbose that it's hard to believe it's not. But on this day, in the first era, 2920, Vivek and his army are on the edge of the gravity, awaiting the imperial forces that are coming after him. But he realizes the battle mages that were spied out earlier were actually Akaviri mystics. Across the lake at Aldmeric, they could see the Imperial army having crossed the lake using water-breathing magic. Yes, Peanut. Toasty has done it well. We now have Arcade Mart, a very humble store shop.
We gotta have one of our people redraw that though, not AI. We gotta do it.
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah, we'll,
But
I think it would take-
that's good for real quick.
I was a couple prompts into the old Chat Jipita, and I have another one here actually with people out front and
No.
trebuchets and pumpkins,
Oh, no.
vendors.
Listeners, please reach out to us. Tell us what city you think Arcane Mart should be in.
Yes, so that we can
And
get one of our
we will try to
fantastic
put
lore
it there.
seekers to do it.
Just gonna leave that there.
So in the realm of ESO, second era 582.
There is no Arcane Mart.
We have a very strange correspondence from Hireling here. Madame Fiorelania, famed clothier Hireling, continues writing about her dreams. She sees green wavering bands of Skyrim night sky, but with no stars, sky or ground, just a single star descending towards her, becoming louder every second. Glad I'm
What
not
does
her.
it mean?
What
does it mean?
I don't know.
Who knows? Third era, 433. The future. Amarius Elias, after clearing out an alien ruin near the Gold Road, bumps into a Khajiit who tells him of an island of nymphs. He suspects the Khajiit is not mentally stable. I would also.
Yeah. Especially if you run into Bugtail as well. You might just kind of wonder, like, might be a little something off here.
Uma.
So we got some items. Let's discuss some ESO random sus items. This is where I go dig up some treasures.
Oh boy.
Hold, please.
And we can discuss them.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
no
He's
problem.
got it.
He does. He's loading them up.
Hold, please. Perfect.
So our
Alrighty.
first item. You want to give it a read there, Toasty?
I could give it a read. The silver nose hair clippers. Long, thin, sterling silver scissors used for grooming unsightly nose hair. The same brand preferred by King Kurog. Treasure type, grooming items, utensils.
So King Kurog from Orsinium, who tried to, make the throne his own. Think of this big burly orc, and what kind of nose hair issues would he have? Do you think they could braid them? Do you think an orc could braid nose hair?
That's what I was going to say.
Probably.
Maybe they could braid them.
Braided
probably-
into the nose ring or whatever.
Ew.
Or the tusk,
That would hurt.
braided to the tips of the tusk.
That's so gross.
Every time,
Ew.
every time they
What happens-
sneeze? Oh.
What happens if you go out in the snow and your nose starts dripping and it goes all
Oh
the way
my
down
goodness.
and then it drips down the tusk into your mouth?
No.
That's why these were invented. That's why we have the clippers, to get rid of that problem. Are you
I hate
suffering from heinously long nose hairs? Well, we have just the item for you.
Yeah.
Shop at Arcane Mart, where we
clippers.
have
Yes.
silver nose hair clippers.
Head on
At
over
the
to
checkout
Arcade
line,
Mart.
you'll see. So this makes me wonder, do you guys have a favorite orc?
Stuga.
I was just going to say Stuga. I love to hate her. Do you know how long I've been looking for you? To be fair, I haven't played enough of the Orsinium or any of the orc-based zone quests to really gain a yay or a nay.
Oh, your audio's cutting out there.
Oh,
Toasty.
sorry.
Mhm.
I said, to be honest, I haven't played much of the orc-based zones and quest lines
Oh,
to
sure.
really
Okay.
have an opinion. But Stuga is just kind of that one that just I actually kind of miss her. I kind of miss running into.
Are you
Vocal
lonely
Guard
when you go to
way
way shrines? You don't have someone chasing you anymore?
Just Vocal Guard. You walk into Vocal Guard, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's just. Do you know how long I've been not here because the devs pulled me out because everyone hated me?
Chat brings up Squirtle with a knife. Always
Yeah.
good. All I got him say is plays a part in this year's season. And one of my favorite quests from Southern Elsewhere. If you haven't done it yet, go look them up. You will, if you do not laugh towards the end of that,
Wait,
we need to have a discussion.
isn't there?
That's the
And-
one.
Okay, it is the one I'm thinking of. The,
Let's just say there a size difference comes into play.
There's a size difference there.
okay, that one. I forgot about that one.
Mine is Chief Bosrog. You guys want to guess why it might be Chief Bosrog?
That anniversary artwork, though.
He gets to hold on to Emily.
He's like, Emily on his shoulder.
Just no, he's palming that.
He's
palming that.
Palm, just like I got a full palm.
I got this
Bosmer right
little
here,
Bosmer.
just big old
Yeah.
little old Bosmer right here in my big old
Bosmer
hand.
booty
My big old
right
hand.
in his hand.
Just a big old Bosmer booty right
Oh
there.
boy. Oh boy.
For those of you guys that don't know, Minmi Pro loves the character Evely.
And I'm not alone. We've learned
fair.
that a certain Jason also appreciates and wants a plushie. I'm not going that far.
I mean, let's be realistic. Evely plushie would sell.
Oh, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
Full size Evely
Show me-
plushie incoming.
Full size.
It's full.
Oh my.
I'd pay
Bosmer
$200 for
size.
that.
Bosmer,
Full
I'd pay
Bosmer.
$250. Full Bosmer. Oh, now.
Wow.
Anyways, moving right along because I ain't
Yes,
gonna talk about
on
how
to
I
our
go full
next
Bosmer on
treasure.
that. Next treasure! Yay! The Bansar puzzle. Bacon's like, I can't even anymore.
Czar. Bandar.
Bandar.
Bandar
Yes.
puzzle box. An intricately fashioned box. Thought by the Khajiit to bestow good fortune upon anyone who can remove the luck charm inside. It's a game.
Oh yeah, you gotta be a true Khajiit to get into
There
that
is
thing.
a luck charm inside of these box, but my nails, they do not open up the lock.
Khajiit claw is a
I went
skeleton key.
Zephyr there
I've
for a
told
second,
people
not gonna lie.
This one wants to know what is actually inside said box.
So a couple interesting observations about this. I think it's misspelled. Because there is such a thing as Bandar, but it's Baandar, as in the Bandari tribe. In the
Maybe
Khajiits.
that's the joke.
Maybe. It
It's
could
a
be.
misleading statement.
A knockoff? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'd do a little lore drop quick on Bandar. Known as the Bandit God, the Man of 1,000 Faces, the Pariah, the Legend, the Robber Baron, Master of Shadows, the Undying Avenger, or simply the Avenger. He's a trickster spirit that is worshipped by Khajiit of elsewhere, but is known to have an influence in places such as Valenwood. Bandar's name has been used liberally through the provinces. It's been used by traveling merchant tribes like the Bandari peddlers. You might recall seeing them in Malabator. That village, the Bandari area, is where you'll get a rapport boost if you bring Zarethar along with you, because he likes to hang out with him. And to the Khajiit, Bandar is a way of life, a symbol of rising to the challenge and defeating your oppressors. So having a puzzle box for this bandit or, tricky representation of a character is kind of, I think you might be onto something there, Toasty. I think maybe the misspelling is deliberate because he's
It's
a
a
trickster.
big old knockoff. It's a phony.
It's the plastic version that you find at the toy shelf. at
We would
arcade.
never sell that at our Kmart.
Not intentionally. No, only
Should
for
I-
Halloween during the
Should
Witches
I,
Festival. Then we
should I
bring it up.
unorder them?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Are we moving from tavern owners to Kmart owner? Are Kmart owners?
Absolutely not. Nope, absolutely not. We have a winery
No.
still. No.
Yeah, we'll apportion it. We'll let someone else run it.
There you go.
We gotta
I like
fund
it.
our adventures after all.
There is a notice, just a point here to look at here as well in the notes. But we've also got our other image coming up. There it is.
I'll let you take this one, Toasty.
Okay. Exotic Bosma spice shakers. Something smells off about these spice shakers. But they should fetch a good price from the gourmets. It's my attempt at a
That's great.
Bosmary
That
accent.
was wonderful.
Proud of you. I would listen to that
Thank you.
NPC.
Would you? Good.
Yeah.
So why do you think there's
gathered
something
my.
that smells off?
It's probably Bosmer spice. Guarantee you 100% that a Bosmer found a way to create rot meth in the form of a powdered applicant.
Oh,
It's a rot meth dry rub.
I could go
it's like
for
a
a
bull.
beautiful old bottle of rot meth. Like the
That's
spinners.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So yes, you're on point. I sure hope they don't smell like rot meth.
If you tell me that,
According to
that
the-
you've got a Bosmer shaker spice, I'm gonna say, okay, so it's powdered rot meth. They basically ferment
meat.
rot meth, then dry it out, grind it up in a mortar and pestle, stick it in a shaker, and say, "Look at me, I'm spicing myself."
I see. it's either that or they
Add
have
it to the top of
like
your rot meth like a cinnamon topper for coffee.
yeah it goes right on top of the jogger.
Right on top of the jogger, a little rot meth
like,
smell into
would you
it.
like
Yeah.
Would you like a cup of jogger? I've got this exotic Bosma spice that I can put on top.
Fresh from the meat because we don't eat herbs.
Ugh, gross.
I think they might use this during the wild hunt.
Oh no, they're like
They take. Jack
Gotta
Sparrowing
spruce my
themselves in
stuff up here.
paprika.
they're like
But
at least
you're,
I'm gonna taste good if somebody eats me.
That's right.
Oh, I
Yeah, you're
love it.
definitely onto the right track though, because according to Green Lady, the tenet of eat no plants could be rephrased as harm no living plants, but picking up and consuming fallen fruits, while not considered a true breach of the Green Pact, is under strict interpretation is consuming any kind of plant would be bad. So the off-putting spice, yeah, it wouldn't be plant-based. We're talking something gnarly.
What if
in
you
these
took the
shakers.
leaf and you sprinkled the rot meth on it and then ate it? Is that still bad?
Still a breach of the Green Pact.
Is it?
Yeah.
Even though it's got more meat on it, rot meth meat, than it does plant left?
You can't. Yeah, it's because it's no plants. Like you can't.
Right.
You can't.
The true
can't eat it.
intent
What if
is
the leaf
you
fell
don't
off
harvest.
the tree?
Yes, that is fine.
No,
Okay.
yeah. Or if you're over with the Dawnwood, they don't care.
Oh yeah, everything's fair game over there. They'll eat
Everything's fair
anything.
game over there.
They still drink rot
So-
meth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Good. Kate,
Rot
winning.
meth and jogga.
and wine.
Yep.
Love it.
Wine.
I like this. I've actually never really looked closely at a lot of these treasures and junks. So I really like that. Can we also just point to the fact that this Bosmer Spice Shaker has put in the same category as the silver nose hair clippers as a utensil?
There's your spice.
That's disgusting. I did not notice that until right now.
I mean, technically speaking, it would count as meat. Fermented orc boogers.
Oh, oh.
I
And we
hate
just
that.
Just walking up to an orc and be like, "I need to collect a sample for my orc booger."
I'm so sorry
powder."
to every listener out there right now.
He's like this.
No. You go in there with like a good old like the little
Forky.
popsicle
You
stick.
get forky.
You know the forky. Get forky and just hold the tongue down, get in behind the tonsils, and just scrape the tonsil gunk back, and then you stick it in
Wow.
a jar, and then you ferment it, and then you mortar and pestle it. There you go. See, look at that tongue depressor right there. That'll get right up in the tonsils and just come out full of orc boogers.
You've gone just off the deep end
Just
tonight.
Right into
It's too
right
much.
into the.
It's too
This is
much.
what we do every time. I'm coming up with this. This is gonna be a thing. I'm gonna go find.
That's
me
not
one.
what I meant by the Green Pact.
It adheres. Green boogers. Orcs are green, and blue boogers.
And yeah, dark.
We've lost them. They're like 3 people just dropped.
They're just like, I'm
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, they were like
Next
this.
time I
Oh,
get
man.
anyone who gets this treasure next time, they're going to be really thinking hard about what is
Whoa,
what.
Right?
nasty. Nasty.
Absolutely love it. Right on. Well, thank you for gathering those. Actually, I really love the explanation behind those, and that was entertaining. And again, never really actually looked at them. The facial expression you have on your face right now, Minwee, is still like reminiscent of the boogers. It just hasn't like transitioned out yet. It's subconsciously just sitting there, just soaking in it.
Because the next time I see like
Soaking
Scordo
in.
or somebody, it's going to be the first thing on my head is, you know, I wonder if he's
What do your
using
boogers
nose hair
taste like?
clippers. Yeah, I wonder if has he got booger problems.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Boy, take yourself to Arcade Mart now. Hit up aisle 6. Get yourself some nose clippers.
Aisle 6 gives you the X.
Oh my gosh.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for being here. Minwee Pro, pardon me. Welcome, and thank you for joining us today on this episode of Loreseekers ESO. It is that bittersweet time where we don't eat orc boogers and we don't consume rot meth, but we put on an old favored song that everyone loves to hate. They love to hate it because they love the song, but they hate that it's the end of the show.
I don't know. Maybe they're good with it being the end of the show because it's been 3 hours and we are a mess.
Truthfully, yeah, I would not
Don't judge
be
us.
surprised. I would not be. Well, this isn't normally what we're like. I mean,
Maybe a little.
okay, yeah, it is actually very much what we're like. So.
It's been a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we haven't done a show in a little bit, and we're adding Matt, so it's fair.
It's
like
true.
we're getting
It's
we're getting
true.
our feet under us.
Yep. It's fantastic. Well, here is the favorite song playing now. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Minwee Pro, for joining us today. This has been absolutely fantastic episode number 16 of just our live shows. We have a bunch of other ones on our podcast site. If you head on over and check us out on your podcatcher, Loreseekers ESO, you can find all of our previous episodes available for you to listen to at your earliest and consistent convenience. You can also follow us on Twitch here, where we are live right now, Loreseekers ESO. You can follow us on X, formerly Twitter, at Loreseekers ESO, and on Blue Sky, Loreseekers ESO. And also, YouTube coming soon, TM, where you're going to be able to rewatch all of these shenanigan episodes very soon.
I have a couple things left to upload, and then I think I'm just gonna at this point say send it.
Send it, going live. So you head on over to YouTube, type in Loreseekers ESO, and shortly here you'll be able to follow us, subscribe, and review all of the episodes that we put up there. So, Bacon, if people wanted to follow you, where can they find you?
You can find me over on Twitch at Gone Crazy Back Soon, though I mostly stream here on our Loreseekers ESO channel when I am streaming for charity or otherwise, just for fun. You can also find me on X at Katie Stunt Show. That's the one place I'm not necessarily Gone Crazy Back Soon, but it does say Gone Crazy Back Soon, so you can find me there still and know that it is me. You can also find me in a plethora of Elder Scrolls Discords as Gone Crazy Back Soon, and on the PlayStation Network as Gone Crazy Back SN. Beyond that, when I'm not here with you in the tavern, and Minwee in the tavern now, I am over with the Snug Podcast over on Sunday nights, doing a show from the cozy comforts of the Snug Pod on the PlayStation side of the Loreseekers. You can also search for us, Loreseekers ESO, since we were talking so much about charity fundraising tonight, over for Extra Life by looking for Gone Crazy Back Soon or Loreseekers ESO on the roster underneath the, oh my goodness, I just had a complete brain fart. The Elder Heroes, thank you. And then now, of course, if you're interested in the GCX stuff and you're interested in becoming part of the Tamriel Guild of Giving, you can go to that link tree that we posted earlier to figure out how to join that group over there and go to the Tiltify and help fundraise for St. Jude's as well. But we have someone else here with us that has never been asked where you can find them. So where can we find you, Mr. Minwee Pro?
I was last seen in Blackwood, hanging out with Emily.
I can't believe you're here then.
But on socials, you can find me on socials, on Twitch, on Xbox, not PlayStation, on Steam. I am Minwee Pro everywhere.
That's
so
true.
You can just put in Minwee Pro and find me where at your convenience. And
That's
what about
fantastic.
you, Toasty? Where do we find you at?
You can find me on my own personal Twitch channel, twitch.tv/toasted peanuts, peanuts spelt with a 3. You can find me on Twitter, although I have gone silent as the night on there, but it is at toasted peanut, peanut spelt with a 3. Pretty much, if you look me up on Discord, you can find me there as well. Toasted peanut, peanut spelt with a 3, as well as Blue Sky, toasted peanut, peanut spelt with a 3. One other really cool thing, if you would like to get in touch with the cast as a whole in all of our wonderfulness, do you know that you can send us an email? Here's the cool part about that. Bacon, do you know what the cool part about this is?
It's the original email from when Jibs and Cash started the guild and started the show.
The OG email. Minwee Pro, do you happen to know what that email is?
LoreseekersCast@gmail.com.
There you go. Loreseekerscast@gmail.com. Head on over to your email thing. Send us an email. Tell us how we did, how terrible we are, things that we should talk about in the future, things we should avoid talking about. I already know that there's going to be about 3 or 4 emails regarding rot meth and orc booger dust. That's probably going to come in. And you know what? That's okay, because if you do send us an email and we do happen to see it, we will read it live right here on the show. And you can tell us live on the show what you think, what you feel. So if you are interested in also joining us and becoming a member of our community, first off, why has it taken you so long to do this?
Because we're terrifying?
Well,
I'm just
okay, that's
kidding.
fair.
I'm kidding.
We're lovable.
We're pretty nice. We're pretty
We are
nice,
really
I
lovable.
think.
You can head on over to loreseekers.club for the invite link to the community. Just fill out the questionnaire, and in that questionnaire there, it's short, sweet, super simple, answer truthfully. Be a little bit detailed as well with some of those questions if you can. The more detail you offer, the more fun we have reading it, is really what it comes down to. And the significantly higher likelihood that we're going to quickly accept your application. But head on to loreseekers.club, fill out the questionnaire from the link that you followed there, and then we'll review it, and you'll be added to the guild here in Discord, as well as in the game and the platform of your choice. We are on all of the mega servers for the most part, or at least we have people on all the mega servers that are present. And if you are listening to us through your ear holes, not your eye holes, not the eye holes, not the eye holes. Don't forget to give us a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. It helps us be more visible within this podcasting community, and it brings people to the guild. For every 5-star review we receive on Apple Podcast, we will share it live on the show. And for every comment on our Spotify episodes, we will read them here live on the show. So don't forget, the end of this show here, give us an update as to what you are loving about the new subclassing system. What's your favorite subclass? What's your build? Why do you like it? And give us some details. We want to see what people are doing, and maybe draw some comparisons as well of what everyone's kind of using. So make sure you reply in the comments to this episode with that information, and we'll read it next episode for sure. Other than that, did I miss anything, anybody?
I just want to say shout out to all the new lore seekers that have been joining, because we have had a pretty good influx of people coming in the last few weeks. So we're really excited to have you join us. And it's been across multiple platforms. People have been finding us through the forums. They've been finding us through the actual podcast now, which is awesome. I love it when we see that they've said, yeah, we found you through Lore Seekers podcast. Or we've also had people who I think have just been being found word of mouth or Google search, which is really, really
Lots
cool.
of
So
word of mouth.
yeah, I hope that we get some more people, through all these different ways that we've been getting new community members. So it's been awesome. Welcome.
Yeah. And if you are one of those people that has gone through the steps of putting an application and it's taken a little bit more than the 2 days listed, please forgive us. It's been a very busy couple months and we're trying to get to the application as best we can. We haven't forgot about you. We know you're there. We're going to get to them as quickly as we possibly can. And I mean, if you are one of those people and you're just curious, feel free to just shoot a little reminder notification in the channel that's available to you and we'll see it. And it might just spark 5 minutes of free time and be like, oh, that's right, we have applications to fill out. So we're only human. We're trying. We really are. We want you to be a part of this community. So come join us. Come be part of the family. We welcome more people. And remember, bring cake.
And books.
You've got
And
plenty in your
books.
furnishing vault.
We discuss
I need
lore
more.
and we eat cake.
Yeah, we discussed lore, eat
That's-
cake, and sprinkle rot meth powder on top.
Lore, cake, and rot meth. It sounds like a bad shirt.
Write it down, save it for later.
Love it.
Love it. Absolutely. Well, once again, thank you everyone for being here. You guys have been, as usual, absolutely fantastic, and we were so excited to have been here. Welcome once more, Minwi Pro, to the show tonight. And you know what? Do you want to just take us out here with a quick little couple words that have to go out there? Bacon.
Should we all do it together?
You know what? I think we should all do it
One at a
together on a
time?
count of 3. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Dilly.
Dilly,
Dilly,
freaking
freaking dilly.
dilly.
Love it. Good night, everybody.
Triple dilly!
Ah, wrong
Oh,
button.
no.